Vampire Chicago 1999. The session in question is going to be let me tell you in a second. I think it's going to be like 35. I lie. 35. Session 35. Here we are.
Dang.
Okay. Last session was Exhibition Night.
That's right. Philippe is the exhibitionist.
Right. Now, Sage, what was the name? What was the name of your song again that you were humming to Bishop?
Oh, I think it was Eternally Fated.
Eternally Fated.
Yeah.
That's, we have to remember, because that's going to be the name of this episode, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it's just the kind of name that will just, doesn't matter what you do, it'll still work.
Okay.
Like
Exactly.
Sandbox, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we'll start off with the song coming through the speakers into the studio where the glass box is. At this point, Bishop, you've stopped singing because Uther is coming in, and he does, and he's staked you. So you've collapsed. I was just talking to Barry about how he's currently has the honor of having 2 player characters in this campaign, both of whom are simultaneously staked. So woot, achievement unlocked. Bing, it comes up.
Aim for a third.
Right.
Barry brings in his 3rd character just to get staked immediately.
Right. A 3rd character, no. Don't do that.
I'm too paranoid. I'll just stake anybody at this point.
Please, just play your characters. Shut up. Okay. So the music. Do you keep singing the music or playing?
I can't play my characters.
That's true. That's really good. That's the best role playing I've seen out of you yet. Very good. Can you do it with feeling though, Barry? I think that was a bit it's a little bit lifeless, a little bit wooden. Wooden.
And lifeless.
And lifeless.
Perfect.
Two puns in the same.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep singing on this until Uther sort of waves me to stop.
Do you want to make a performance check?
Sure.
It's fun at how tragic this moment really is.
Actually, not as great. It's 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
But I'm not on a stage or anything.
Perhaps at this point also you've just noticed the fact that the door to the cell is opened and Uther has gone in and staked him. You know, and so you're kind of, the quality of your singing is kind of gone. Whoa.
Also, I had just did a 10 performance. 10 success performance that very night.
Can't follow that up easily. That's true.
My voice is probably a little bit hoarse.
You could spend it as a blood point to heal your voice if you wanted to.
Ah, I never thought to do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, let's live a little, shall we?
Live a little.
Yeah.
Live a little. All right. Yes, okay. Stick to the subject. Brain wants to wander off onto all sorts of tangents and tell jokes. Okay, so you are in your room, staked. Alexi, what are you doing? You're away here. You're not here, are you? Is that right? Or are you here now?
You're muted.
Yep, I am aware I'm muted. Yep, I'm actually watching it all go on because, like, as much as I want it to be the real Bishop, yeah, I'm betting the other way.
Right. Okay. And so, Sage, you've just tested his blood.
Yeah, I now think that he. I think the twist is Sabbat related, but then again, I'm still. I need Uther to go over that with me a bit. The whole anti-tribute thing, because I still find it weird that the philosophy is inserted into a person's blood.
Their philosophy is inserted into their blood, right?
Yeah. Uther will talk about that with me later, I'm sure.
Out of game, very simply, it just has to do with whether or not they follow the path of humanity.
Mm-hmm. That's so odd, because, like, will that register in our blood if we walked a different path?
Right. If you're the Order of Mars, you might get a strange reading. That's true. But you might also learn ways and rituals in which you can hide that shit.
It's true. Okay. Teach me, Sensei.
Right. Okay. So, anyhow, Bishop's eating. Very good. Okay. So you're testing the blood. You rolled to test the blood. Did you get? Did you? How many dots did you get? Two dots.
Successes. It wasn't.
And I gave you the answers to that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now Uther really has to test it and come back with something.
Yeah. If he comes back, I'll give him the vial of blood we took. That was given from Bishop.
All right. So Uther has Bishop there for a while, and Bishop's laying back, and you can see him convulsing under Uther's control / spell. He puts Uther cuts himself and puts his hand on Bishop's forehead like a seal, and he's acting as if he's basically banishing something or exorcising a demon, something like that. That's how he's treating this. And he starts walking around Bishop, and as he does that, he goes to each quarter and he draws a what the first one looks like a pentagram, and then he puts these markings in the air around the pentagram too, with the ring on his finger, using that as the primary tool or magical weapon. Then he moves to the next quarter, does the same thing. Each of these pentagrams is a little different though, and it gets to the end of that, and then he does the same thing again, but this time using different types of hexagrams, and there are much more combinations of hexagrams for each corner and direction. As he's doing this, you start to see this light pink steam coming off Bishop's head, like just coming out of there. And finally he turns to you, Bishop, and he places both hands on you, and Bishop, your blood begins to boil and steam out of your body. And Uther calls out psychically to everyone in the room. He says he's going to need your blood now.
Okay. I'll find a cup somewhere.
Ow.
And then
all right, and Uther fills a cup. You fill a cup.
Yep.
Okay.
I fill a cup too.
Boiling blood is the solution to everything. Yes, especially carbonated boiling blood.
Who else do we need the blood for?
This is all for Bishop. This is all blood going into Bishop because he's Uther explains very quickly in your minds that he's going to boil out all of Bishop's blood.
Right, so we need to replace it.
And as it's
back
going
to us too again.
As it's going out, you have to put enough back in again that he doesn't lose his generation or his vampirism. So you have to make sure that he gets enough blood fast enough. And you're all the same generation, I think, too. So that's helpful.
And will we take Kit's blood into consideration as well?
Or is it just us two? Like, I don't mind doing it, but we'll have our own little niche.
I'm sure Raya would.
I'm going to open a door for her to say yes retrospectively when she gets here. So she can choose to or not later when she's here.
Well, I'm sure Raya would do it because Bishop is the sire.
That is true. We can assume that about Raya, actually. Yeah, I think that is fair.
And then we'll do it. So we'll at least have enough blood points between us, surely.
Right.
He only needs 15, right?
Lose 5 blood then.
Okay, and simultaneously, Bishop is also 1 point blood bound to each of you.
Yeah.
In a kind of reverse vernaculum.
And we can like guilt them so hard for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and further at that point, various members of the security team are brought forth and handed over to Bishop. Yeah.
Their blood.
Yeah.
So humans are adding their 2 cents in?
Yes,
That's cool.
exactly. So Bishop, you say you do not have control of Bishop's character sheet right now. Is that correct, Barry?
I can cover that if you need to.
You can do that. Can you make a self-control check, please, for Bishop?
Yep.
Would be very helpful. Thank you very much.
Are we going to need like needles and stuff?
Self-control's gone up.
Like the little bags with the needle.
What for?
2 successes.
To inject it into him, or is we just going to feed it to him?
Just going to feed it to him.
Okay, sweet.
Just cut an artery and sort of just spray it into him like a hose.
He's got teeth, and his saliva will
Spider-Man.
His saliva will automatically heal them. So it's the best process, really, is for him to just drink it directly, and then he can heal the wounds himself.
When we've collected enough blood, I will deliver the blood to Uther.
Your main objective is to make sure he doesn't kill each person. And so from that point of view, you can make perception checks.
Perception. All right.
Right. So Philippe got 2 on a self-control.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one for me.
Philippe? Or you mean... You should be rolling for Bishop. Have you got Bishop's character sheet available to you?
Yep, I did. He got 2 for the role you asked for.
Okay, cool.
And then I've just rolled 1 for the perception alertness. Does Philippe need one of those too?
No. Philippe's not here. Philippe's not here.
Yep.
Philippe is staked with the Tremere right now, undergoing pretty much the exact same process. But different, because it's the Tremere version.
But rectorally. Wait, is that a word?
Rectally instead of...
Rectally, that's
instead of orally.
Tremere.
Instead of orally, it's rectal.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, they call it the 11th degree. Okay, so long story short, Bishop, you are eventually, through this very long, tedious, painful process, where you are dealt 5 levels of aggravated damage, taken to the very edge of torpor. But before you pass out, you have begun to be fed blood back again, and then you begin to heal. You will remain with 5 levels of aggravated damage for 5 days. However, after that, once you've healed, you can be known to have no blood bonds prior to this ritual.
Okay.
Any blood bonds created by this ritual, that's an entirely different matter.
Yeah, hey, buddy.
But yeah, so I think that anybody who's present, who's a member of the order, probably, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to say that if you're a member of the Order of Mars, Uther will just tell you to feed him blood. So whichever characters are available, they're the ones that do it. Okay, Bishop, that's going to take 5 days to heal. So right now you're a very, very sore boy. Out of game. I am prepared to accelerate time for 5 days if we want to get back into the more compelling, I don't feel like a broken piece of shit kind of role playing, or up to you if you want to play out now as it is, being all fucked up. I'm good with that too, but it's up to you.
I'm good with skipping
Welcome
forward.
back, buddy. Let's skip some days.
There are a few things I would like to know, AK. How did my album go?
How did the album go?
How much money have I made from it?
Right. Your album's going exceptionally well. And from you, I guess I would like to know, how rigorously did you fight for your shares of the money?
Well, I would have wanted a damn good fair cut.
Right. Well, that does make sense. And a lecturer, I think, would probably want that too. Yeah. I think in this case, between you and a lecturer, who would probably make the most out of this whole deal, everybody else is being squeezed.
I love that.
So a lecturer who's done fucking nothing, she's got like 40% of the shares. You've got like another 40% of the shares, and then there's 20% that's controlled by the studio. And you may in fact have 41% of the shares, just so that you've got one more share than a lecturer.
Ooh. Okay.
Which she set up that way because she wanted you to have your creative freedom.
I love this woman. She seems so nice.
Well, I'm sure she has a reason. In any case, in the last 24 hours, you believe you've made $600,000 worldwide.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna buy 3 more books.
3 more books.
Yeah.
Right. And go to McDonald's.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Barry.
I also I would also like to show off my my new claws to Uther.
Oh,
just make him proud of me.
He's very proud of you, and he pats you on the head like a good little vampire, like a good little gangrel. And he gives you this little statue that's about this big, and he says, "And now I bequeath this statue to you."
Thank you. What is the statue of? Is it like the Remus and Romulus?
No, it's a very primitive looking statue, with very kind of bold lines and bold shapes. Can you make an investigation check, intelligence and investigation?
No.
No, you can't.
Investigation. I hate that one so much.
Well, Uther
it's fine. I will do it.
Yeah, Uther says to you that being investigative is part of the curiosity that is required to unlock the secrets of the universe.
That's true. I will work on it. I promise.
Right. So 2 successes is barely enough to eventually, after a lot of thinking about it, work out that it's like a set of Russian dolls. And it opens up into 4 pieces, and those 4 pieces are the pieces that you can place in different corners of a room, usually up high if you can, preferably, that will keep out any astral spirits if you bleed on them.
That's right. He
Last for 12 hours.
He was teaching me that ritual so I could teach it to others, or make sure that they have that set up.
Right. So here's what you need to actually make it happen. So you can write it down if you like.
I mean, it's recorded, so we'll catch up on my notes if I don't get it down immediately.
I just say that from time to time because I don't even think about it anymore, to be honest.
Do you have a name for this?
It comes out of my mouth. Yeah, thinking about it. I think it's just simply like house ward, or room ward, because it is just a room that it will protect.
Okay.
Probably, so, yeah. I mean, and also if the room's too big, will get a bit dodgy.
Oh my goodness, Barry.
It looks like you're washing the dishes, Barry.
Got you, Barry. I muted it. It's good.
Sorry. Okay, 4 statuettes.
Yep. Okay, so 4 statuettes, they represent the cherubs of old. So there is, do you know the cherubs?
I actually just read up on it. So yeah.
So you're going to tell me what the cherubs are then?
Over here.
So how many are the cherubs? There are...
Isn't it just like the elements or something?
Correct.
Okay, I did.
So that's the first part, correct. What are they?
I don't know the names of them. They are complicated. Wow. And they're not English.
So there's the lion, the eagle.
I'm pretty sure. Well, from the book I have, they have names.
And the man. Yeah, well, they represent aspects of the fucking astrology. So the lion is Leo.
Yeah.
That's kind of so anyway, you got your 4 elements, the 4 cherubs. When you combine the 4 cherubs, you get Adonai, or Lord. So that's your holy guardian angel, or the one that stands for the holy guardian angel. Anyway,
that.
So this is all Tremere bullshit that Uther has been teaching you. You suspect not all of this is blood magic. He's filling you in with a lot of other stuff too. Is it actually part of this? Doesn't make
astrology,
my magic work any
occult.
better. Yeah. So, okay. What next?
So we bleed onto them?
Yep, you bleed onto each one.
Okay, sweet.
And that will last for 12 hours, and it will form a kind of a shield around a room.
Okay, sweet. Shield. Right. I will do that when I get...
Right. Anything outside the shield in the astral will be able to see the shield and choose whether or not to attack the shield. If they attack the shield, that will alert you.
Okay. Sweet. Well, when I get back to my factory house, that's what I will do. I will put them four corners. I will even whittle out some space in like a brick wall, part of the brick, just carve into it, so I can put the little statue in with blue tack.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, the you know that if you're ever alerted, that it'll appear in the sense that you will suddenly find yourself drawn to look in the direction of the cherub who's facing the direction that the alert came from.
All right. Cool.
If it came from above, well, it'll still be one of those four, and you're not going to know exactly how far up and down that arc it is, but you'll know something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's that. What else do we have? What's going on? Barry, you alive yet?
What are you guys up to?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hang on.
All right, Bishop. Tell me when you're with me. Alexa, you good?
I'm with you.
I'm good.
Yeah. Just interrupt if you got stuff to do.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to be looking at spending XP into Path of Mars, so I assume I'd be just sitting down, just reading and researching about that in any downtime I've got. I don't have the XP for it yet, but
okay, fair enough.
But cool powers, come on.
Right, Barry, you Bishop is going through this torturous ordeal when the stake is pulled from his chest, as a hand is rushed to his lips and blood squirts into your mouth each time the stake is pulled out, and then all at once the blood is ripped away from your mouth and the stake is put back again. And so there's this massive juxtaposition between intense agony and being frozen, and then the frenetic action and movement and taste and vibrancy of the blood. So it's like life, death, back and forth as you drain, and just enough blood from each person, and they force you to stop with the stake.
Okay.
And this goes on over and over as this is happening, periodically Uther stops and boils another couple of pints of blood out of your system, and it steams up through your skin, damaging you and hurting. It's agonizing. You may or may not scream. It's up to you, or you can make a control roll if you want a self-control roll.
What does Uther
self-control.
Make a kettle noise.
Try for self-control.
Try for self-control. I'm sorry, what was the question there?
What does Uther think about doing this? Is he just like, this is a means to an end, or is he a bit sad about it?
Checking his aura?
I can't do that. Can I check his face?
Check his face.
Okay,
so I guess it's the same role. It's just not as much information to be
perception, empathy,
gleaned. Yeah.
All right. 2.
He looks like he's concentrating and taking it very seriously, like Excellent. An exorcist would, like a priest.
Right. Yep. Perfect. Got nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be enjoying it, and he doesn't seem to be hating it either. It's just, this is a job, and it has to be done now. So that's the impression that you get from him. Finally, after a long time of this, the stake is placed back in him, and Uther turns to everyone, and he says, "I believe it is done. I have placed the stake back here for final precautions, but I believe he is ready for his final assessments."
Uther, is this let's go just a little over here. Is this his trial? Are you wanting to induct him?
That is my intention. If he survives this, he will be placed in a position where he almost has to be inducted. It is the only way I see for him to survive, and if he is refused, he will be destroyed.
Okay. That's all I want to know. Let's get this over and done with.
Very well. I think that the answer here is that we put him in a box and I send him to the master.
I think that makes sense.
Wonderful.
Sounds good.
Better than the alternative.
Do you wish to escort him there, or would you prefer to stay and wait for him to return if he does?
Let's escort him.
Well, we have tasks to do here, including the one Uther's given us, which was to get the automaton you wanted.
Yes.
So we have things to do. Also, we don't know where. Do we know where Philippe is after all this time? It's been a week.
Oh, after a week? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
After a week, Philippe's been released after a week, most certainly.
Sweet.
After probably 24 hours, Philippe has probably been released.
Okay.
Philippe, you may be feeling very tired and much the way that Bishop is, to be honest.
Okay.
Yes.
He's staying in his home
Right.
in London.
Uther, do you mind asking what the master would want us to do?
I know what the master would want us to do.
Would that be to join or to continue our work here?
I see you have a different question in mind. Out of game, I thought you were talking about what would you send him there or not, or would you?
No.
What would the master want you to do? He would probably. There may be the requirement for somebody to come as part of protocol to attest for his actions.
I can do that. I want Bishop back.
Can't we send like the doctor or something?
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you could send Caitlin and she comes back. I don't know. We'll see. Have you heard from her at all?
Yeah, she's not going to be here tonight.
Oh, she's not. Okay. All
So
right.
that's the thing.
Cool. All right.
Yes, I mean, I wouldn't want him to go alone, but also we are needed here to do things.
And I don't want to split the party.
Yeah, that. How very meta of you.
All right. Well, Caitlin's not going to be here. Why don't we send her character to do this?
Okay.
And so she takes Bishop back to Milan, where in Milan, Bishop is going to be introduced to the master. And I guess while that's going on, you might as well play Philippe for like a day or so, and then Bishop can come back again.
It looks like an okay.
Looks like an okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to bring Bishop back in with all the gusto, but I'm hoping to get these few days out of the way quickly too. So, all right. So basically, what do you guys do for the next few days, the next week or so after that?
I'm going to have a chat to Uther about how worried I have been about Kit.
Okay.
Because I saw her reaction to that painting. I'm also going to be like, why was there a painting there?
Right.
Should have just gotten rid of it. Just not had a painting there at all, because now she's suspicious. I don't really know the reason why she's suspicious. I just know she's suspicious. I don't know about Lord Pantheus being the one who painted it, just out of game. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
Uther takes your recommendations quite seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Anybody else have anything that you want to do before Bishop comes back?
Wouldn't mind learning another ritual.
Learning another ritual.
I'm just being cheeky. We did start doing the one with the stake one. God, I can't remember what it's called, but it makes
Deflection
it so
of Wooden Doom.
Yeah.
All right.
That was one that we had started learning months ago.
All right.
In game and out of game.
All right. You can learn that. You can have that.
Excellent. Thank you. Because I don't have the XP to afford anything else. Rituals are pretty sweet. Oh, and
yeah.
Also just to Uther, maybe like we need to make it so that when Kit finds out, and she will find out about everything, she needs to have like a hardened heart, or be more mentally resilient or something to this, because she's quite soft.
Thus the path of Mars should assist her.
However, you can't really take away a person's freedom to choose the path of Mars.
Indeed, and thus we shall wait until she chooses for herself.
I mean, I could try and help her along that path, but...
Please do.
Is that really necessary?
She will make the decision for herself, sooner or later.
And I think I will do the same. I think I'm ready.
You too. Interesting. Very well. Then you will begin by studying the notion of the word Gebura.
Gebura. That's like one of the
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth, that's right.
It's the Sephiroth.
It's on the Tree of Life thing.
Yes. It is
learning. I am learning.
Gebura is might.
Mm-hmm.
It is checked by Chesed on the other side of the tree, which is mercy. But for now, study Gebura.
Gebura. Okay.
You must try and find the spirit of Gebura is an intelligence named, and he tells you, but I would have to look it up. Damn it. I thought it would come to me immediately, but it didn't. Oh well.
Brains, eh?
Brains. Too many
you
drugs.
Bastard.
Too much drugs in my youth.
Yeah, I'm still learning on like trying to memorize the smaller stuff. Yeah, before I like turn the next page, I try and memorize what I've got. But
that's a good idea.
There's not a lot of space in my brain.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I mean, I don't want to get into this because we're going to go off on a whole other subject if I start this conversation. And yes, no. Okay, so you're studying another ritual and you're reinforcing your magic Kabbalah stuff while that's going on. Philippe is recovering for 5 days. Philippe, you recover. You're back to normal.
Okay.
Bishop similarly recovers on his journey to Milan, and he is put through the usual rigmarole of the Order of Mars, which I don't need to tell you about, do I? Unless you want to play that all out, but it's
it took us months.
It takes a long time. But I think that in this case, your process is sped up because the difference is Bishop's character, he's already been through a lot of stuff, right? He's not a brand new vampire. He didn't just walk in off the street and become a vampire and they didn't just recruit him. Not to place or put any of the other characters down, but the other characters are a brand new crop of vampires who are almost, straight off the bat, straight out of the factory. Bishop's had a little bit more training. He's been through wars. He's had military training. He's clearly useful to them. So it's different, whereas these guys had to sort of prove who they were and what they had before they could even be accepted. All they have to do is go through Bishop's memories and say, okay, he's brave, he's courageous, he's got all of these good qualities that we want. Okay, we can forget about half a dozen of these trials. They'll put him through a trial of loyalty. But that trial may be, in fact, his return here may be part of his trial. So, yeah, how does that sound, Barry?
I can live with that if everybody else can.
Is there
How long
anything...
do you think this will take? Go back.
I think he can get back within a week because he's not going to go through the same trials you guys went through.
Right. Okay.
So he's just going to Milan. He's going to get his standard prerequisite brainwashing handed to him on a plate. He's going to go through the rigmarole very quickly. You get freshly minted and come out as a member of the Order of Mars. Who do you think Bishop would be most directly in service to? Would he be under Uther or Gustav?
Gustav.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, makes
Does
sense.
Gustav visit?
If there's too much of a
very
nerd.
often?
does Gustav visit very often? Gustav's a busy kind of person. He travels around the world a lot. He's always moving, and he can get anywhere, anytime, pretty quickly, most of the time. Even if it means arriving by helicopter or jet or something, he can and will do that.
There's something that we would like. Well, I would like for Sage to do alongside Alexei and probably Philippe, and that is try and get to know Tatiana more and try and pull up some more dirt on her and see if she's a good fit. I'd also like to try and figure out like the meaning of her painting. Like clearly it is, she was on camera doing these like horrible things, horrible vampiric things, but where is the footage? Can Alexei get the footage?
Right, Alexei, the footage, this is one frame of the footage. It's not even the frame of the footage. This is literally his painting of the scene. And it's not entirely naturalistic either, the painting itself. Where is the footage? Alexei, can you make an investigation check when you have a moment?
Sorry, Alexei.
It's perception, intelligence, and investigation.
Alexei's always kind enough to do this sort of stuff.
3 successes.
As long as I don't get barbecue on my mouse, I'm all good.
Yeah.
After a certain amount of time, now you got photographs of this painting?
Yep.
You do, don't you? Okay. Alexei, you eventually find out that this happened at a drugstore or at a 7-Eleven type shop. I don't know what they have in London. And there was a security camera, and the security camera, you believe, according to the police reports, was pulled by Scotland Yard from the local constabulary, and it's just vanished.
Cool. So she was on top of it then?
You believe so, yeah. Yeah, looks like that. So there's no footage. There is a police report. The police report says something to the effect of a bunch of young hooligans came in. They had masks on. They had baseball bats and guns, and they beat the place up. And they smashed things and did stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so on the subject of Tatiana, whilst you're digging up dirt, you can each make an investigation, intelligence and investigation check if you like, to dig up some more dirt.
Nope. I need to put points in this. Clearly.
Sage.
Oh, I'm distracted by her failing so hard that I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing now.
Well, Sage, actually, you just dig up her successes. Everything you find online, everywhere you look, is just all about how amazing she is, and how much she's done.
She's amazing anyway.
Right. It's easy to convince, apparently. And she's a philanthropist, and she gives money away, and all of these nice things that she does, and women's homes and stuff like this. I'll get you to make one final investigation check each, please.
Okay.
Can you make ones for Barry too, if you don't
2.
mind? 'Cause I'm thinking Philippe will probably
We both
get in
did
on
so
this.
much better on this one.
I'll give Barry a couple of...
One for Philippe. Unless Philippe, you can roll Philippe, Barry.
So yeah, we've got a lot of information on her, but
Information.
not so much dirt.
Well, other than that, she's been an upstanding citizen, maybe. That's what we've seen.
We need to figure out like her assets and other stuff that isn't just what people have like.
Just investigation, was it?
It's investigation, intelligence, and investigation.
Intelligence and investigation.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Intelligence. It's bloody intelligence.
I think it's towards the top, but I'll double check for you.
Close to the bottom of that first panel.
This is for
3 from the bottom.
Investigation.
Investigation is the one that's annoying.
intelligence and investigation. You've got it set up. It's good. It's your second one down.
Okay.
can just roll this the second.
Intelligence and can you do it for me?
Yep.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm not having a good day today.
No worries. Here we go.
I can take over if you want.
Yep. If you could do that, Alexi, that'd be great. Should I say Garth? 2 successes from you too. So 3 of you all get 2 successes. I don't know. Are you working together at all, or?
Yep.
Okay.
We would be.
Well,
if
I
you're
have
working
some
together.
downtime.
All right.
They might notice Philippe has been quiet. Very
Right.
quiet.
Is he sending emails to answer questions and things or anything like that?
Philippe
Yeah. Does he do that, or does he just not talk to them at all?
is not really
when it
talking
comes-
he's not talking to anybody. Not out of malice or anything like that.
Right.
He's just not himself.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
Right, when it comes to trying to figure out some more information on Tatiana, I'm gonna actually like see her place, visit her,
Right.
be more present, whereas Alexia will probably be composers.
Digging up
Philippe.
dirt. Yeah. Philippe, how do you dig up dirt on people, if at all, if you're doing this?
Do you want to like visit alongside me? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay.
I'll go with Sage.
You go with Sage. Okay, cool.
Good cop, Italian cop.
All right.
So,
So,
what
but
it means, but, you know.
over a period of time, talking to people and getting to know them, you hear a story about how there's a group of anarchs apparently that live in the outlands that are terrified of her because, yes, Sage.
We forgot about the Tremere Bolt.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
We can even move it if we have to.
How convenient.
How convenient. I know, it's like magic
Mm.
on so many levels. What am I saying? Philippe, stuff, blah. I'm lost. What was I about to say?
Sorry.
You're about to say something about after a period of
After a period
time,
of time.
there's a bunch of anarchs that are afraid
Right.
of her.
Right. Because there's they one of them witnessed, or a group of them witnessed her rip a parking meter out of the road and smashed up their cars and their motorcycles with it, in a rage.
I've often noticed that she has kind of a bad temper, quite similar to that of a Bruja.
Right. Not
I
unlike
thought
that of
she was a
Bruja.
Bruja to begin with. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of, not really. But anyway, we will collate all this information.
She's in that zone where Bruja and Ventru overlap in the Venn diagram. The other thing that you find out is that Tatiana's feeding habits.
We figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Juicy. Let's go.
Her feeding habits are interesting. She can only feed on human males that are afraid of her.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be right up there with her clan. Like clan, Bintru, feeding habit.
Feeding habit, right.
This. Oof.
Right. I take it you're keeping this document.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Or at least we're taking all the bits of information to Alexi.
Philippe's trying to memorize
has the good
Do I
computer.
find you weird OnlyFans? No.
Philippe, you can do that.
Let's
Okay.
subscribe.
Okay. Righty ho.
And then when we have all the information, we will give that to. Should we give it to Gustav or something? Yeah, Gustav is intro, right? And
Gustav
he might
is Ventru, yeah.
right. So like he would probably want to take her under sort of his wing potentially. Let's just do it, eh? Alexi, what do you think? Alexi,
Yo, what
now
do
that
I
we
think?
have all this information, should we just go to Gustav? Or...
Well, that was the whole objective.
Who do you discuss this with? Anybody, or are you going to take it to Gustav? Discuss it with him.
Yeah, we'll just go. This is one of the people that we think.
We could ask Uther.
Do you do this directly or in person, or do you make an appointment, or do you send him an email? That's probably not the best idea because of encryption and stuff. You could do it. You could actually do that. He has good encryption, and so do you.
Yeah, I think brain computers should probably know how to use it a little bit.
Yeah. So how do you send this information and make this request?
Maybe we should just get him over here because he would probably want to meet with her. I'm asking you, Alexi. Philippe, what do you think? I don't know.
I'd just send him encrypted email. Like we'd have ways of contacting him.
Okay. You send him an encrypted email.
Okay, they'd be super encrypted.
His general response to that encrypted email is
I'm out of office.
He says, why her when you could take her sire and get her for free? And all of the broodmates.
The sire is Jose. Ooh. I don't know. I haven't really had a good experience with Jose. Can I respond to him?
Alexi, are you sharing these to and fro?
Yeah, yep. I will do. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he's. Are we okay with having inviting someone into our crew that is frightening? And he's got his sunroom specifically to slaughter our kind. Is that the kind of people we're looking for?
I don't know. To be fair, there's not really anyone that I've met that I'd really volunteer that we're not already immediately in contact with.
You know what I think? You know what I think? If nobody minds. Sure. I think, why don't we get the opinion of, Bishop. He's a soldier. He would know. He should know. I hope.
Is Bishop up and running?
How far away is Bishop at this point? That's a good question. So do you want to bring Bishop back to London now?
Yeah, I think it needs a kind of point of view.
Right, for Bishop to understand who he is and how he is? Yeah. Well, he's been introduced to the master. He's been bloodbound to the group, to the clan, to the order, which is its own clan, bloodline, if you like. Incidentally, one thing that you probably will realize, all of you guys, is that there are those among the order of Mars who are actually descendants of Mars, and they are referred to as those of the blood, even within the vampires who are already of the blood, but these are of the blood of Mars, obviously. So those of the blood and those who are of the order. So there's a little bit of a slight discrepancy in terms of how people might see you and what your status is. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm gonna send a message to Gustav, asking him more questions about if we are okay adding someone to our crew that is notorious for killing people ruthlessly. I don't know what his opinion is. So
Gustavius responds, I am to understand that the future will see a great deal of conflict, and that type of reserve and fortitude might be useful to us, especially in vast quantities if he has them.
Okay, thanks for letting us know. Okay, bye.
he also responds with, I would like you to prime the recruitment process with Ivanovich if possible, gain further information, and then introduce me to him.
Okay, right. Lexi, just respond to him saying that we'll do our best.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Okay.
So out of game. You're not.
I don't like Ivanovich. Or is it? No. So who was the venture who staked me? Was that him?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, no, he's a dick.
Right. He.
Whatevs.
Right.
Ups out.
Ivanovich is currently not in London, oddly enough. That's the funny thing.
Exactly. He's in Chicago.
He's not here, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Somebody might go to Chicago to visit to see him. Who knows? We'll see.
God damn.
Maybe.
What? Sage in the big city.
Sage in the big city.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
It would be weird. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that, but I have done a lot of traveling recently. Anyway, so all right. Should we maybe just start with like asking Tatiana more about Sauzet, or asking everyone, and Alexi, you try and find out as much as you can computer wise.
Alexi,
just give me the names and I'll look into them.
The information that you're able to uncover, Alexi, initially about Sauzet, Ivanovich Sauzet, you will first have to wait till I look him up in my own documents. Okay, so what you know about him is what you already have, pretty much.
Yep.
Opus International, MI5, MI6, Heathrow, various organized crime rings, and government infiltration. But of course, that doesn't include all of the shit that the rest of his clan is into, and most of the rest of the clan are his childer. So that pretty much means it's all under his control. So, you know, anything to do with SWAT, police, military stuff, banks, security firms and law enforcement, dirty cops, mafia, organized crime, debt collectors, Ministry of Justice, New Scotland Yard, banks, financial institutions, and other government departments. So all of this stuff, all under ultimately Ivanovich's control.
What's his net worth?
Billions of dollars.
Oof.
He owns, you know, from vampires that his childer, between his childer and the ghouls that belong to his childer and himself, he owns Opus International and a number of other massive networks and corporations, totaling billions of dollars.
Is Tatiana his only child?
No.
Childer?
No.
Will we get them as well? And
yes.
There's a Julian.
Yes. One of Tatiana is one of several. Why is she not on this list? That's weird.
She is his first child.
Yeah. No, she's not.
Isn't she?
No. But not in this. Don't. I had to I made everything up again, so it's like everything's different. Don't believe anything you think you know, because you don't.
Okay.
Okay. There are similarities, but there are differences between things that you might have seen before. Okay, so he's got two main childer, Hans Berkova and Tatiana Volka. And Ivan Sorensen. Right. So he's a primogen, she's an enforcer, Hans is an elder. Yeah.
Do we have like dates for them?
Ivan is 85 years old. Tatiana Volka is 60 years old. Hans Berkova is 150 years old.
Ooh. Nice. Oh, Tatiana's like the young sister.
Yeah, she's
super
the baby.
Cute.
She's the
so weird.
She's the baby that throws tantrums.
That seems about right.
Yeah. And she gets all the attention from everyone because she's the youngest.
Then right. I'll show Alexi.
You know that
Sauzet's picture that Philippe did. I know Philippe, you're right here, but we currently don't have like your pictures out on display.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, this is the painting Philippe drew of him, but there's not much here that is really incriminating or anything. Well, not that I can see.
Of Sauzet.
Yeah.
And the description of that, what did I give you? It was him in a chamber full of scrolls, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Which doesn't really mean much.
you've got this photograph of the painting. Can you make a perception check?
Alertness?
Please, yeah, perception alertness.
3.
3. In one of the archways in the back of the picture, in the background, there is some light coming through. And in that pool of light that you barely noticed before, because the main part of the picture is him, so big and so majestic, and this tiny little detail in the corner, there's this little pinch of light coming through an archway. And in that blinding bright light, you notice a dot of red, and there's an image of what appears to be part of a child with blood coming from its throat.
Do you see this?
It's a bit hard to say it's that for sure, but after your own examination, you could manage to convince yourself that that's what it is.
Philippe, when you painted this, like, did you see this child?
You did, Philippe. Yeah, it's definitely was meant to be a child.
I did, yes.
Did you, like, in your dream, was the child, did you ever learn anything about the child, or was it just...
They were disfigured, Philippe. Disabled, disfigured.
It was a disfigured child.
And it had a severe lack of blood in it.
And of course, it had a severe lack of blood in it.
Maybe that, I mean, it could be his clan weakness, but maybe we should try and figure this out. I just don't know how. How are we going to find out more information on this kid?
No, I do not want to go there. I will no. No.
You know what? I might just ask. I mean, do you think Tatiana would maybe have an idea?
She could. He is her sire.
I don't know if we should really trust Ivanovich. I got some information a while back that pointed that he knew a lot about the invasion that happened.
Well, the thing is,
if not had something directly to do with it.
If he joins, then he earns our trust. We all end up trusting each other. So he might be more forthright with us if we do. Well, this is what Gustav suggested. Let's just follow the rabbit hole until we find all the rabbits. Is that the saying? I don't know. I don't know.
Let us hope that we do not fall into the rabbit hole.
Okay, right.
All right.
I am thinking he is a dangerous man to cross.
Maybe I should. I'll just ask. I'll ask Tatiana. She's lovely. This will be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So how do you go about that?
Just ask to meet with her somewhere.
You got asked to meet her? Do you just go to a club or something, or?
Yeah. Yes. Of course. I'm really hungry. I could do with some drugged up dude anyway, or dudette. So before I
I too could
get
do
high.
the feed. So
I'll
come along with you as a bit of backup.
Let's go.
You can talk to her though.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Philippe, the other thing I can say to you is that after your ordeal with your staking and all of that business, this Lord Pantheus was with you the whole time. And afterwards, he supplied you with some special fancy blood from the master.
Was the child a boy? Was it a boy?
You couldn't tell, actually. They're too young and in silhouette.
Does Philippe know?
Because, like,
Philippe, your painting of the child was, you knew that it was a metaphor, that the child represented many children.
So it is sort of
the child
doesn't make it any better.
Many children.
Anyway, we're going to ask Tatiana.
Tatiana, okay, so you get to the club and you get in without too much hassle. Lots of lights and loud music pumping, etc. People pumping away to the sounds of the dance floor. Yeah. People in cages and the Harajuku girls singing and dancing. Well, not so much singing, but mostly dancing. And waving about their extreme cosplay gear. Finally, Tatiana gets you get her attention, and at this point, you've been seated already. You've seen Silver. You've been given seats up in a special area, and Tatiana slips over to your table as she walks across to you, and she says, "I see you've been served."
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you need anything else?
Oh, well, I kind of wanted to have a chat. Nope, that's not the right accent. Hold on. I kind of wanted to have a chat with you, if you don't mind. Is that all right? Just a few moments.
You want to have a chat with me? Oh, sure.
I have an idea.
Wait, is this still? This was Tatiana, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Very good. Idea.
And Barry, you were saying?
Philippe comes over to you and
you're all at the table together.
Would you excuse us for a moment, Tatiana?
Sure. Okay, I'll be back in 10. And she walks off. She goes downstairs, goes to the bar, talks to Silver.
I will give her the picture back.
Sweet.
That's how we can start the conversation.
Okay, that's fine.
Ooh, I lost your sound.
Wait, her picture or Soze's picture?
Her sire's picture back, and hers. I have no wish for them.
Right. Let's not mention. I was just going to ask her. I was going to say that we were analyzing all your pictures, and we'd talk about the Soze one. Maybe we could mention giving her the pictures after that, so we get the information first.
She may kill you on the spot.
I don't think so.
Their feeding is very private.
Well, what if this isn't their feeding?
It may not be. I'm
just going to ask.
I do not want to get staked yet again.
This will be fine. It'll be okay. Don't worry.
All right. Do what you think.
It's all right, my friend. We will wait, I suppose.
All right. A few minutes later, she comes back up the stairs cautiously, walking along the metal railing towards you. The railings kind of shake slightly. They're cabled, hung from the ceiling, from the pipes among the ceiling.
Scary. What the fools! A lot of
you'll have to spend
people
a lot
are
of
going to
blood.
get sued. Anyway,
right.
Please come over.
So now, how can I help you? You wanted to talk? It's too fucking loud in here. Let's go somewhere quiet.
All right. All right.
She brings you down a corridor and you go down into a concrete bunker, basically. It's suddenly you go from nightclub to Auschwitz. And it's quite contrasty.
Back.
But she takes you into her office, which is a little bit nicer. It's quite big. It's multi-leveled. There's a sort of big space in the center of it with a boxing punching bag suspended from the ceiling, and a few other accoutrements for weapons training and things. On the wall, you see a whole bunch of shotguns and other weapons in cases. They look readily available to anyone who wanted to go straight through the glass to get them. Yeah. And behind her, she's got a calendar with a bunch of Soviet bodybuilders on it, male and female.
Nice. Oh, right.
So she sits down at her desk and she picks up her old Soviet army cap with the little peak on the front of it and flips it around. So how can I help you tonight?
Right. Well, so at Philippe's exhibition, there are quite a number of portraits he had painted. There was one in particular of Sauzet, your sire. I was wondering if you could help us with a few things, like try and explain the meaning behind it.
I heard a little bit about that exhibition.
You didn't come along?
I was busy, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I didn't.
You would have loved my singing.
I downloaded your song though.
Okay, I'm glad. I would have given you a free CD, to be honest.
Oh, it's okay. I got it from Pirate Bay.
What is that?
Oh, it's a thing where you can download stuff that people are, they're like ripping stuff and stealing it and putting it up on the internet for free. Maybe not. Maybe it's not Pirate Bay. It's like, what is it back then? It's like Napster.
Netflix. Oh no, Napster and LimeWire.
LimeWire, Netflix. No, It's not Netflix. Okay, so anyway, it's the old version of torrenting.
Right.
Basically, she stole your song off.
I'm not offended. Not offended. It's fine.
Goes, don't worry, I'm gonna buy it as well.
You don't have to. I'll give you a CD.
No. I'm going to buy like 20 of them and give them to my friends and everybody, my retainers and everybody. They can hand them out on the street.
Well, okay. As long as you buy them. All right. Anyway, let me show you the picture here, and I'll be next to her and show her.
What is this shit?
So this picture.
So you unroll the actual picture, the original, or is this a photo on your phone?
Well, I assumed it would be the photo on the camera.
Yeah, it's not a phone, it's on a camera.
Yeah.
This is a digital
camera.
But
if Philippe had... Yeah.
So it's huge and it's got shitty pixels.
Great.
Yeah.
Did we take the picture, Philippe? Would you have set that up for us?
You've got the photos.
You got this.
Okay, sweet. We'll go with the photo.
You could have the originals with you if you wanted to, Philippe. It's up to you.
Yep, I have the original here.
Okay, so you've got this long cardboard tube with you.
Yep.
You pull out the things and you just unroll them on the table.
Yeah.
So you unroll the first one first. Which one's the first one?
We'll just go with the Sauzet one. Honestly, if we bring out like Tatiana's one, she might get a little bit angry. Let's not make her angry, let's just keep it chill.
I think we're already going to achieve that, but okay.
Let's just keep her chill. We'll go with the Sauzet one and then see where that takes us.
Okay, so she's looking at this picture and examining it. She goes, fuck, that's my sire. Where did you get this?
It was painted by a talented artist that offended many, many people.
She turns and looks at you. And she looks at you, Philippe. Did you do this?
I did, yes.
Well, that's my sire, but where the fuck is he? What's this place? I've never seen this place before.
I do not know what the place is. It seems old.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of castle or something in there.
Yes.
Look at the walls and stuff. Look what he's wearing.
Yes. All the scrolls?
Yeah, all those scrolls.
Are there any books or is it just scrolls?
He told me about, oh my God, I know what this is. This is his journal.
Oh.
Oh boy.
A diary kind of journal.
Anyway, I've got to go. Sorry guys.
We were wondering about this little boy in the picture. This little person, in the picture.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. So you're kind of psychic then, Philippe, she says.
Things happen to me, and sometimes I see the future and the past.
So is that what the whole thing with the Tremere was about the other day?
Yes.
Right. Well, I didn't expect to see you come back, to be honest with you. I thought that was going to be the end of you, but here you are. Good work. I don't know how you managed to pull that off. I've never seen anyone pull that off, but I guess Lord Pantheus came and stuck up for you, huh?
I think so. Perhaps you would like your picture as well.
She looks at you. You've got a picture of me.
I am giving them back to you.
Oh dear, oh dear.
All right, let's have a look at this picture, Philippe. You take it out.
Takes it out, yeah.
Put it on the table and unroll it.
Oh, before we unroll it, Tatiana, this picture is kind of incriminating. So I just need you to be aware that you might not like what you see.
Remember, I cannot help seeing what I see.
What do you mean by incriminating? She steps up to you, Sage. What does that mean exactly?
Like, okay, before we open it, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a picture of you in the supermarket with a camera filming you eating someone or frenzying.
That's ridiculous. That never happened.
It's okay. It's okay. Now we'll unroll it.
She looks at it. She goes, yeah, no, that's a fake. That didn't happen. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And she grabs it and snatches it off you and starts tearing it to pieces.
It is yours to do with what you will.
She calmly and coolly puts it in the trash, little pieces of it. So, is there anything else you want to make me aware of before you go?
I guess what we came here for is to ask you about this painting in particular, just to see if you had any information on it.
Why? Are you trying to dig up clues about vampires in the city?
I guess, like, because Philippe has this amazing gift, it's kind of like puzzling pieces together, and we're looking over all of them to try to figure out if there's a greater picture.
She casually picks up a UMP submachine gun off a pile of guns over in the corner and fiddles with it. And she casually checks the ammo magazine is full and clicks it back closed again as she's talking to you, and she takes out a cigarette and lights it. During the conversation, she says, yes, sorry, go, Garth. Can't hear you.
Can't hear
you. Told you so.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, if Russell kills us off, he loses money. It's fine.
You just make new characters. New characters forever. I just kill new characters every week. We can have new characters every week. That's what Barry used to do. No, just kidding.
And still does.
And still does.
Okay.
So she's spinning this UMP on one finger, and she says, or maybe you're part of some kind of outfit that's trying to figure shit out about me and my sire. And you started this whole thing. Now, who knows where the fuck you got this information from or where, but some elder has put you up to this. Because only someone like that could have access to this information. So however you did this, I don't know, but I think you're trying to set me up.
Tatiana
straightens the gun in her hand.
What you're saying here is you were just saying before that your painting wasn't real, and now you're saying this? It's fine. We're not.
Sit down.
Take a seat.
She takes out her phone. She dials a number.
Yeah.
She says, it's me. She says, we have a problem here. I think you need to come around. I'm in my office. I think you need to come around. Yeah. Click. What do? You obfuscate?
Do I have Gustav's number in our phone? Because if not, if I do, I'm just gonna pocket dial it and leave it on.
Okay. You pocket dial it and leave it on. Okay, cool. You
ring up your mom instead
to do that. You ring up your mom instead. Yeah, right.
What?
She's like, Alexi, I haven't heard from you for 20 years, and you leave me a message, and it's some bullshit about vampires.
Pocket dialing's a dangerous game, man.
Right.
It's a dangerous game.
3 successes.
That's really good.
By your mum, he meant Sage.
Sorry, your mommy
starts ringing.
Your mama. Okay. 3 successes. Okay. Yeah, you pocket dial out. Very good. But you're not disappearing at this point, Alexa. You're not vanishing. Okay. No. Cool. All right. So she sits there and she puts her boots up on the desk and she goes, "You guys might want to sit down."
I'm already seated.
She's pointing at the other two.
Oh, okay. Who did you call?
That's the man in question.
Soze.
You might want to refer to him as Lord Ivanovich.
Oh, I'm not very good with the whole Lord and Lord. What's the other one? Ladies, sorry. Lord and ladies.
You don't know I'm fucking Russian and I know this shit.
No, I mean, I know the difference. It's just I've never been very good at it because for most of my vampiric years, I've been stuck in a bomb infested library.
Do you know what the solution is? Get fucking good at it.
I am trying.
Right.
I'm trying.
So she says we're going to be here for a little while. So you want to have a conversation? What you got a topic you want to talk about?
What should we talk about? I mean, did you see some of the other portraits at
Do you ever heard of a fishing expedition?
No. What is a fishing
She's looking at you, Alexi, and he knows what I'm talking about.
Sure do.
Why don't you tell us, Alexi, what the fucking hell a fishing expedition is and what this painting nonsense is all about?
Isn't it where a pack of Russians go off on a boat to catch fish?
You're funny. She shoots you.
That's our Alexi just shot. Hey, that's
Tatiana.
Okay, although that was kind of called for, Alexi. That was very rude.
It's a non-aggravated wound, but it's like fuck because it's in the kneecap.
Tatiana.
So you probably, if you're not standing up, if you are standing up, you fall to the ground. But if you're not, because you're probably sitting at this point, aren't you? Yeah. Barry.
Tatiana, may I speak?
There's smoke curling up from her barrel right now. She points the gun over at you, and she flicks it over to automatic.
May I ask you a question?
You're going to anyway, I can tell.
I'm asking permission to speak.
You can have permission to speak, Philippe, but I don't know what I'm going to do when you say whatever it is that's you're going to come out of your mouth.
What is your sire's views on Gehenna?
The fuck kind of question is that?
I'm asking you a question. What is your sire's view on Gehenna? It is important.
She looks like she's actually thinking about that for a minute.
It is also important, confused. Believe me.
What are you talking about?
What are your views on it? What is his view on it? Please tell me. I beg of you.
It's a story. Come on, everybody knows that. What are you, stupid? Gehenna, the fucking boogeyman and all of that bullshit. Cain is going to come back and eat us all. Oh, no, she says.
Ring your sire and ask his view on it.
I don't need to ring him, Philippe, because do you know why? Because he's going to be here in 5 minutes. You can ask him yourself.
All right.
So, can I ask a question about like London from the? What was it? From when everything went to shit and all the Sabbat came into town. What happened there? Did you catch all the Sabbat and Although did they just hide? What happened?
We're not really allowed to talk about that.
Okay. What about the fact that there were so many Sabbat being made?
Yeah, it was obviously a big problem. We had to go on a huge blood hunt to take them out. You'll probably notice that the city was in lockdown for a few days, and we had blackouts and things. Anyway,
did you notice that there was like increased amount of high generation Sabbat? Is it high generation?
as in weak?
Like I'm pretty sure they go from like
low to high.
Yeah. Or Cain to
high.
Yeah, which is weird to me, but whatever.
Like gears.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, did you realize?
We're paying attention.
Because that's one of the signs.
Well, they're just fucking weak, that's the thing, and that's why we shut them down so quickly, is because they're too weak. They're just, you can't be part of that.
But you can't believe that you got rid of them all, surely. There were so many that were created.
Huh. Well, they stopped attacking us and they went away.
Which is a bad thing. If they've gone away, they've gone to gather together so that they can fight us.
Where do you think they've gone?
I don't know. I'm sure if we knew, we would tell you guys so that you could help eradicate them. But we have no idea. And then when we went to Twickenham to find the Toreador, I found a 3-eyed lamb.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's another sign that Gehenna is real.
Sage, I'm really surprised. I mean, I really thought you're like really down to earth and into good
Tatiana,
things. She turns around at you. I'm fucking talking.
Okay, go on.
She points the gun kind of at you while she's looking at Sage, and she's smoking as she does that.
I think the person that took the head was Dr. Shipman. I don't know where he's taking it.
She turns back to you, Barry. What were you gonna say?
Tatiana, there was not so long ago, I thought vampires was a fantasy too. But here we are. So we are the reality, are we not?
So you're trying to convince me that you're trying to convince me of Gehenna now as well?
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just pointing out that...
She spins the gun around on her finger and she says, next you're going to be asking me if I would like to join the Sabbat.
God, no.
I don't want you to join the Sabbat. Why would I want you to join the Sabbat?
Well, because they're the ones that believe in Gehenna and all of that bullshit. So what the fuck else are you on about? She puts the gun at you again. Just sit down.
I have had a long time to think about this. And Tatiana, you are an intelligent woman. So what I'm about to say is true, whether you believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Now, let us say that Gehenna is coming. Would you not want to be ready for it as a military person? Would you not want to be prepared for it as a military person?
She goes, look around, asshole. I am prepared for it. I'm prepared for anything.
But would you not gather more support? Because you cannot.
Some special news that this is coming. Do you? Do you have some fucking newspaper clippings telling us Gehenna is on its way any day now? Come on, Philippe, you know this is bullshit. Nobody believes in Gehenna. If Gehenna was real, don't you think the prince and all the elders would already be onto that shit?
Which is why I asked you to ask your elder, your sire. He has been alive for a long time. Why is he building this army?
What army?
Ask him. He might believe in Gehenna. And even if it is wrong, what would be the harm of getting ready for it?
Okay, so what? What if I did get ready for it? What then? What are you saying? What's your point?
Then, for myself, I would get together with like-minded people.
Oh, yeah?
But...
like you, I suppose?
I have talents, as you have seen.
Yeah. You've pissed off the whole fucking city in one day with one exhibition. How the fuck did you find out all that shit, man?
It is as I have told you. I sometimes see the future and the past.
Or you're working for Methuselah, who's Sabat.
That's a big stretch.
As opposed to what? As opposed to what, Sage?
I mean...
as opposed to somebody getting ready for the moment of Gehenna that is not Sabat.
What are you laughing about, Garth? I see your messages.
Right, what?
Well, I'm here because I knew eventually I would go to travel.
Tatiana, you know and I know you could finish me off in an instant. Why would I lie to you and try to deceive you?
Her cell phone starts buzzing, and she picks it up. And then she presses a button on her desk, and she leans into a microphone, and she just says, "Bring him to me." Well, all your prayers are going to be answered in a minute, because Soze, as you'd like to call him, is going to be here momentarily. And so she stands up from the desk. You notice she straightens up a few things around the room, actually. Oddly,
so cute.
Oddly enough,
when Tati is not looking, I'm like,
right.
Adorable.
And she puts her jacket on too, and gets her cap and puts that on and straightens it up in the mirror. So when Ivanovich comes in, she's looking very tidy, but she's still holding the gun in one hand. And he steps into the room and looks around. Majesty.
Yeah, same old BS.
Did I mention or?
Roll your dice, son.
Roll your dice, son. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Three successes.
Yeah, that's yes. 6 people. 6 people.
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody in this room, including any ghouls and retainers.
We are 3 people
lurking in the background. Yep. That works on Tatiana too. She's also awed. And you can see her sort of almost swoon when he comes in. He flicks his blonde hair over his shoulder as he steps in through the doorway and closes it behind him, and then turns and looks at you over his wide, manly shoulders, his tall form, and near the doorway. And then the Majesty comes and blows you away. And finally, after a moment, when everyone's kind of settled back to themselves and has managed to claim some modicum of sanity, he says, "Greetings, child. You have summoned me here." And she goes, "Yeah, these fucking Mormons turned up at my door asking about Gehenna. Do you want to talk to them?" He goes, "Tatiana, I do not understand your humor. Speak plainly."
Also really rude.
She goes,
I'm like the opposite of a Mormon. I can't stand those sort of people. That's per my flaw.
Right. Well, I mean, they're probably going to want to ask you a bunch of questions, and oh yeah, there's this, and she goes, "You want to see this?" And she shows him the picture that still remains, and you notice she kind of kicks the bucket underneath the table, the one with the rubbish. That's her torn up picture. She kicks that under the table so that he doesn't look at that.
Another sign.
We also brought a painting of you too. Remember?
You say that?
Yep.
She goes, "Yes, well, we've dealt with that one. Enough about that one." And Ivanovich looks over his shoulder.
Alexei, you're running out of kneecaps.
Alexei,
about being a vampire. I did heal.
You did heal that?
Yeah.
Okay, but you do have blood in your leg, in your trouser.
Oh well.
You know, it's drying.
I had blood in my leg before too.
In your trouser.
It's just a different place now. So
now it's on the outside of your skin, dripping down the inside of your pants. Vampire blood. Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Everything it touches turns to ugly.
It's us. We're filth.
Filth. All right.
Filthing up their joint.
All right, you filth. So what's his face joined in earlier, but then dropped out again?
Yeah.
What
I don't know what the deal is with that. I can ask while you guys are chatting. Or...
He's losing the battle of bedtime. No.
That's probably it. It's almost definitely what it is. Anyway, okay. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, even if he gets in here for the last half an hour, that's fine with me. I don't care. Okay. Ivanovich steps further into the room and he walks over to the painting and glances at it and looks down. It takes a long moment to observe it. And he picks it up from the top edge. He raises it. It's bigger than this. He looks at it. You did this, Gratiana.
You gotta unmute yourself. What?
Washing dishes had to mute.
Yep, fair enough. Thank you.
Yes, my lord, I did.
He says, it's very good.
Thank you, my lord.
He comes over towards you. He says, there is a piece of this painting I do not like. One piece. He holds up the painting. He says, do you mind? And
it is your painting, my lord. You can do with it what you wish.
There.
Did he cut out the boy?
Yeah. And he says, he turns it back around, he shows you, he says, I think perhaps you can reframe this painting. Perhaps a little smaller, just the head. Perhaps like a Roman emperor, the bust. He pushes it back into your hands for you. I should like to keep such a painting. When it is done, he gives it back to you. And then he screws up that last piece of paper. Is that the reason that I am here, Tatiana? Oh yeah, there was that whole thing, and there's that whole conversation about Gehenna they wanted to have. Go on, you've all gone quiet now. 5 minutes ago, before you were here, it was like,
I am waiting for you to shut up.
Hey,
over at Philippe. Well,
hey, we're in Tatiana's haven here.
I know.
So you'll have to just calm down.
I've had a long week. You just have to forgive me. All right.
Sorry,
it goes
Tatiana.
Like this, my
that was
lord.
rude.
I know you can kill me any second, any way you like. But we are representatives of somebody who believes that Gehenna is on its way. And they are preparing for Gehenna. All right. So you probably don't believe me, but they wish to at least
No, Philippe, I do
meet with you.
I believe everything that you say. Who are these ones that wish to meet with me?
Would you meet with them first before I tell you their names? After all.
Well, Gratiano, you will understand, of course, that I believe there is a high probability that this is a Sabbat trap. So I will be investigating every angle of your claims. You understand this, of course. I'm not a fool.
I can put a number through now if you wish to speak to them.
No, I think that a more formal introduction. I will be at a certain place at a certain time, and they will meet with me, or a representative of theirs.
As you wish, my lord.
And if that is satisfactory, then perhaps a new meeting place can be found somewhere suitable.
Yes, my lord.
Can I ask why is it that you're so agreeable to the whole Gehenna thing? Is it out of curiosity, or?
He looks over to you and he says, I have nothing to gain from denying you.
That's
and everything to lose. Therefore, it seems to me that the best course of action is to take you at your word and investigate everything that you say. There are three of you. You are a very elaborate prank or a very foolish plan. Or perhaps you are what you say you are. Those are the three options that I see.
Okay, and I imagine that you feel confident that you can squish us. I feel so vulnerable right now. Anyway, will Tatiana join you?
Join me?
Yeah, for this
what?
meeting.
He looks across to her. He looks back at you. He says, do your patrons request her presence?
Yes, my lord.
He says, he looks over at Tatiana slightly disappointedly, actually, and he says, I have other children.
Better ones.
Basically, other better child, ones that don't lose their tempers and embarrass me.
Come on, Tatiana.
She's like,
you've got nothing to lose.
She shrugs it. I don't know what the fuck is going on around here. Can somebody tell me what's going on? And Ivanovich looks back across at her and he says, my child, simply, we are being recruited into an organization such as the fabled Inkonu, perhaps. Perhaps another, who knows? We shall investigate and find out. Have you heard of the Order of Mithras? Yet another. There are rumors abound.
Have you ever joined any in the past? Or been wanting to? Or I guess I'm curious.
He comes closer to you, Sage. He says, who in this organization do I address? You surely are not its leader.
I am not the leader, no.
Then that you are here introducing yourself to me, you feel confident enough to know that I will deal with you. And so I am. So, who are you to this organization?
We are new.
So you are new recruits yourself. I told you they're fucking Mormons.
We are not Mormons. Please stop comparing me to Mormons. I can't stand them.
All I want to do is sell you their shit. I'm telling you, sire, it's bullshit. I don't know what they want.
This is but one of our missions, my lord.
You're so cheeky.
He raises his hand to her face, like, just like, shut the fuck up.
We can't really, well, because we're quite new, we aren't really at liberty to tell you a lot because we actually physically can't. But I can tell you now, the person that is in charge is the most wonderful person you'll ever meet. The most magnificent.
I think you will find him interesting, my lord.
Actually, if you want a really clear vision of what Ivanovich looks like, I think, Barry, you'd agree. If you watch The Witcher, Henry Cavill with blonde hair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I mean, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's god level. So I would have said maybe a fourth gen would be a Henry Cavill. Okay.
Right. Well, maybe that could be Mardon then.
Well, we already have a Mardon, and that's Jason Momoa,
right.
who is also deserving.
But his face,
gorgeous.
All right, back to the more serious stuff of doing our job.
Right. Sorry, Master Barry.
Right, God.
Back to work. Slave driver.
All right.
Yeah, we can't really say too much, but
I see.
Think of a person that makes you the most happiest that you ever have been in your life, and then triple it, quadruple it.
He looks at you and
I'm just smiling happy.
He looks over to the mirror.
Oh,
he looks back at you.
Right. Okay, I get it.
He says, "Contact me when you have arranged this meeting. I wish to speak to whoever it is that is your superior."
Yes, my lord, so it shall be done.
In the meantime, I will speak nothing of this meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
Of course.
Thank you for your time.
And for being refreshingly kind.
He turns and throws his cloak over his shoulder.
Let us go before we get staked.
He gives you another look, Philippe, when you say that. And then he steps out of the room.
You've got to stop saying that, Philippe. Believe that you are more than just a guy that has been staked multiple times.
Philippe's going to end up with fortitude at the rate he's going.
No, Bishop should have fortitude by now.
I think Bishop does have fortitude.
I'm surprised if he doesn't. It's weird. Anyway, Tatiana.
Yeah.
I know that this has gone a bit weirdly.
Yeah, kind of gone a bit weirdly. I don't know what the fuck you all are talking about. But
trust me.
Look, Ivanovich is taking you seriously, so I guess I have to take you seriously. So till then, I guess you're free to go if you want.
Also, Tatiana, thank you for everything that you've given me in the past.
Tatiana?
I really appreciate it.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you gave me the opportunity to meet up with Electra, and thus, thus I made the record. You helped us quite often with like Bishop, being sent to jail. You remember that time?
Yeah, that was nothing. Come on, that was nothing. There was nothing happening anyway. I was bored.
The time where we had the blood situation.
Oh, I remember the blood situation. and was it a fucking ambulance you asshole stole?
I
remember. Was it Bishop? Bishop turned up at my fucking at the place. That's right. He ended up in jail at Scotland Yard.
Okay, that was kind of funny.
Well, at least you knew you could get out, didn't you?
I didn't know that the doctor had stolen it. But Right. Yeah, he took it. I don't think he signed the right paperwork or something.
I don't think he signed any paperwork.
I don't know.
All right.
It was
Tatiana,
yeah.
I beg your forgiveness.
No problem. Well, yeah. I don't know what to say, Philippe. You painted a picture of me here, and what the fuck possessed you to paint that? Like, why? Who? How? These people that you're talking about, this special group of people you're talking about, and Gahan and all this shit. What has this got to do with these paintings?
It happens to me. I do not know how to explain it to you.
It's a talent that is quite handy.
Oh, it is not handy. Now I am.
Well, maybe not for you. You've been staked multiple times, and you've insulted everyone in
Thank
London.
You for reminding me of that. I needed to be reminded that the whole of London wants to kill me at some point. That is good. Thank you. I'd forgotten about that.
I'm sorry.
It's like the last thing on my mind this week. No, I was apologizing for telling you to shut up. I will never do that again.
Yep. Yeah, Philippe, that was very rude. And like, this is her haven?
Paige.
Are you calling me Paige?
As good as you do. In fact, I might know them better than you do.
Philippe, my name is Sage with an S.
I said Sage.
Anyway.
Sorry, having a sneezing fit over here.
We have got to get going.
That's true. Oh, although I would like to feed first. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
If that's all right with you, Tatiana. May we please be escorted back? We cannot hear you.
All right, so the door goes bump, bam, and it unlocks and swings open. It's like some sort of bunker door, basically. It's all electronically controlled, like a jail, I suppose. And you were allowed back into the nightclub.
I'm going to either find someone that's incredibly high or do the job myself.
Right.
And share a little bit of coke with people.
All right. Tell us a story.
Oh, well, we ended up getting coke from the dude that I drunk last time I was here, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So I'm sharing the love with multiple people using ore, and bring them to the feeding room, and then take bits of them. Yes, might have like 3 or 4 and just be like nom nom nom. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So you feed, and you are fed. Right, Alexi, are you going to feed too, or what's up for you?
Alexi, how are you going to feed here?
I will not feed here. I'm almost at full.
Okay, very good.
You said you could do with a bite to eat.
And then I saw my character sheet. Sorry,
Right.
I'm going to disappear. The cat's just brought a bird and
Oh.
I'm going to be like a minute or so.
Okay, no worries. Take your time. See you soon.
I'm all right at the moment.
Excellent. Okay.
Come on, Philippe. You're a toreador. Now's your chance.
No,
Find some pretty
I am
person.
not a toreador. After my disaster, I doubt if I have a clan anymore.
Philippe is a
have
manic
many
depressive.
disasters.
Yeah.
Philippe's
It's
either high or he's depressed. You know, he's either super excited about everything or he's just moping around.
So Philippe, oh, that was awesome. Okay, so where were you guys the entire time? Yeah, where did you go? Sorry, where'd you go?
Do you want me to tell you how I was staked?
Yep.
Then,
not here. Let's. By the way, I'm on drugs, so I'm speeding up my my sentences, and I'm quite erratic. Come on. Okay, now tell me.
All right. First, I got staked.
Right.
Then I got taken to the Tremere.
Okay,
then
right.
They tried to brainwash me and do things to my head to figure out where I got my information from.
Okay.
For some reason, they did not succeed very well.
You probably didn't know, so like that's probably that, right?
I like to hope that is the case. Yes.
Okay.
Philippe, can you make a retrospective perception alertness check, please?
Retrospective. Oh, well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Of course I can. Perception.
Okay, Philippe, do you remember that time when Ellen and I we were here, like all of us were here, and then we were going to go to the pub, and he said that he was going to like book a pub out so we can go and hang out, but we didn't have to do that because we went to Twickenham.
Bugger, I hate this thing.
Oh, right. Oh.
I hate this thing. If you want me to take over, man.
Yeah, please.
What are we rolling?
Perception alertness.
All right.
Oh, hang on. Alertness. I think I got it. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
And here we go.
Hit me with your perception alertness. Oh, you did it. And it's rolling, but it rolled 2 1s. Fuck.
Well, 20 could be such an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus, so rude.
So did it come up with an answer?
-1.
Why is it? Oh yeah, -1.
Always I do it. It comes up bad.
Fuck.
Like it doesn't scroll.
Okay, I hate this dice. Okay.
Right. Specifically, what was this for?
You were making a
retroactive perception check to notice something.
Yeah.
And we're in incognito. Or was it even further back?
We're at the Chantry.
Yeah, we were talking about
at the Chantry, right? Right. Okay. So, retrospectively, you believe you heard them talking something about a demon or something. You think that, like Philippe, you suddenly have these recollections of them talking about demons. Like you were going in and out of consciousness. It's like you were laying on a bed, being staked and unstaked, and you would hear words come up every now and again. And the word that you remember coming up was demon.
I was going in and out of consciousness, so I did not know what they were saying properly, but they said something about a demon.
Right. Demon. Okay. I mean that probably sounds legitimate. Like in a cult, there is a whole bunch of demons. Alistair Crowley saw a lot of them, especially when he's high, like myself.
I see them when I'm not high, so you know.
Well. Okay. I'm going to surprise you tonight. All right. I'm gonna find some people.
You are gonna be nice to me for a change. That would be nice. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna find some people. You're gonna drink from them, and then we'll see if you can see those demons again. All right. Okay. I'll head off and I'll get someone really high, and then bring them back to the feeding room.
I look at my phone. Is it still off the hook?
Philippe, this recalls the time that you once had this substance called blue ichor.
Okay.
Well, that sounds delightful.
And this blue ichor, you understand, was manufactured by the Order of Mars, particularly and specifically by Uther De Saint Bernard. Wow. And you believe it consists largely of blue eyeballs and various other bits of components, as it were. And poor Benjamin is largely required to make this paste. However, you understand that the vampiric reaction to the consumption of blue ichor with blood is something like what you experience on a daily basis. And so you've been told this by Uther. So, you know, if you want them to understand what it's like for you, you could always try and get them
a
dose of it from Uther.
All right. All right.
Sleep.
What?
Sleep. Drink from, sorry. Here's someone here that is the perfect person for you for tonight. I send a very pretty high woman at him.
In your direction. Okay, so Philippe, this very high, very pretty girl drapes herself all over you, and she's just, yeah.
You know, Sage, this might not be a good idea. Things happen to me when I...
It's fine. Honestly, it's great. You'll love it.
But you do not know about the things that happen to me when I'm...
It's okay. We'll look after you. You're fine. You're with friends here. That is not the right accent.
Right. If you insist, right.
So you're with friends here. This is so
Russell,
annoying.
is my phone still on? Because I would have hung up after that meeting.
Right. Okay. Yep. Fair call.
Okay, I drink.
All right. Yeah.
Because we didn't die or get anything overly incriminating. So.
Right. However, you do get a message, Alexei, from Gustavius saying, "Excellent work."
Good work, guys.
Excellent.
I'm still sus though.
What happens?
How are you doing, Philippe?
What happens?
What happens?
You and I both know he's capable of many talents that he doesn't know about yet.
Drinking from a high person, getting that sweet high juice on.
Right.
That
So
sounds really bad.
Is Philippe doing? This is what you're doing to Philippe right now.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Because Aleister Crowley.
That's a terrible reference to Aleister Crowley. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like it happened one time.
It happened all the time. He got high all the time.
Yeah, well, that's true. He did get high all the time. That's true.
And he saw demons.
They're on some six magic.
He specifically went looking for certain demons. So there's that. You have to kind of go looking quite hard to see demons.
But also, Sage, like, drugs is her own demon. Right. So I'm sure she's a pusher.
One of Crowley's...
You generally are when you're on them.
Yeah.
One of Crowley's compatriots in the Order of the Golden Dawn said to him, I see the Goetia have been playing with you, little Crowley, little brother. That's what he said. Yeah. Not you've been playing with the Goetia, but they've been playing with you. So anyway. So.
I'm like looking at Philippe.
Well,
this other
getting
woman
wasted.
Who's probably passed out.
Philippe, is there a check I can make you do for this? Some sort of check? Let's have a look.
I think if there's drugs in the blood, he's just high.
It's up to you. Whatever happens.
Well, your stamina is absurdly bad.
That it is?
Yeah.
So...
Is it still 1?
Yep.
Mine's also
still
really
1.
bad.
Yep. So your stamina being 1 is quite rubbish, meaning that you don't process the drugs very well, meaning that you get very, very high very quickly. Yeah. So you're totally trashed. What drugs are these, by the way, Sage?
Heroin. Oh, heroin. Yeah.
Heroin?
She can have heroin.
So this is like hardcore. This is the the hardcore shit. So Philippe is high as a fucking...
Probably laced with something too.
So your voice is going to go really high pitched, and you're going to sound like you're floating
I
around.
know what happens when you...
Right.
And I look disapproving because I'm that random guy.
Yeah.
But are you also invisible? Or?
But Philippe
no, I'm using level 3 now.
Yes,
I look like in Discord. I'll send it.
You look like a disappointed father.
I actually do.
Philippe, you start seeing shades.
Oh, I can see you. Yeah, but I can see your shade. I can see your evil, your darkness.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
Can you make a self-control check for Philippe?
Yep. One success.
One success. Oh.
But it was a pretty good success.
Was it? What was it? It was like a...
It was a 9.
It was a 9. Okay, Philippe, you're getting towards the end of drinking someone and you're just about to kill them when you stop.
Or lucky.
Yeah. Their blood was amazing too. I mean, you just lived like a whole portion of that person's life.
Okay.
Set them down.
I better get going because I can see things.
Philippe.
Oh, that's good. I mean, your eyes are wide open. I can see that you can see things.
Philippe, you're sitting there and these guys are talking to you and everything around you starts to just go really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that you and they're all like dolls in this room. Even the music has become really slow. It's more like a tide rising and falling of a tide now.
Mm-hmm.
And a figure is apparent sitting opposite you at the table. And when you look up into this figure's face, you realize that it is the face of Icarus. He looks displeased. Do you do anything or say anything? What are you thinking? I cannot hear anything.
Why are you displeased with me?
He just looks at you accusingly.
You have no right to accuse me, Icarus.
You took my life.
When did I take your life?
You trained me in the lake beneath the ice.
What were you going to do to my friends, Icarus?
Everything you did to me, I will do to them.
Ha! Everything I did to you, you would have done to them. I do not give a fuck that you are dead. You know something, Icarus? You're a powerful man and you could have done good stuff with it. And no, you just wanted to kill people. You wanted to kill my friends, and I wasn't going to let you do that.
Nothing of my plight.
What?
Silenced before Vienna. Silenced for my knowledge and views. Traded to whomever it was that led that contingency to the city. Traded.
So are you telling me?
Nothing.
But you still would have killed my friends. That is the important thing.
I still will find a way.
Not as long as I breathe, Icarus, you will not kill them.
You do
I
not
will take
breathe,
you again, old
Gratiano.
man.
Is he talking out loud?
He's talking out loud.
So Icarus is coming across as well?
I don't think Icarus is coming across at all.
Oh, he's just... Oh, okay, right.
This is just Philippe talking to himself.
Right.
Icarus is in his imagination.
I start getting paranoid a little.
Right. You can see him looking at this location very intently, like he can see this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see him looking here and you're like, what the fuck? What are you looking at? It's like when cats do that thing.
God damn it. You're actually seeing a demon.
You've seen cats do that shit where they like freak out and they're
start looking at things.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck are you looking at? There's somebody standing there.
Get out of my house.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so
you and I will meet again someday.
We can meet every day, Gratiano. My voice can be a constant companion to your thoughts.
Your voice is already a constant companion. I cannot forget you.
Then
I have an eidetic memory.
You can embrace the insanity then, as I drive you to insanity and madness.
Not before I drive you mad first, Nicholas.
I do not exist. And he just disappears and turns into like pieces of white ash that just float down like nuclear ash. Can't hear you.
Feel I have to go and look for him.
What are you talking about? Sorry, what?
Philippe?
Maybe I should get on some heroin. Like, it sounds like you've had a lot of fun. So
it's been a big day.
But anyway.
Oh, you are there.
Yes. I'm here the entire time.
Really?
You were talking to the demons.
Oh.
I think. No, you definitely
Okay,
were.
I must go. I am hungry.
Well, you just had someone.
I'm gonna have some more someones now. I'm gonna go back to my gallery and look for everybody.
Right.
And don't worry. Don't be afraid of your darkness. You're not afraid of your darkness, are you?
I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of like, quote out there about like you can't live in the light without the darkness or some bullshit.
I'm
sure it's there somewhere. I don't know, like the whole yin and yang thing.
What do you think your rig looks like? I'll tell you what your rig looks like. Shall I tell you what your rig looks like? I'm not gonna tell you.
Sorry, my what? Sorry, my what?
Your
shade.
Your shade. Okay, and right.
Okay, tell me.
Oh no, I cannot tell you.
Okay, don't tell me. It's fine.
But if you really want.
So do we all have a shade?
Oh, you have a shade. Oh, your shade. Oh.
I stand up and I walk over to Alexi and I'm like just touching his face.
I cannot even look at your shade. I cannot look at it.
Why do you look like this?
You're back. Hello. Hello. How are you? You're doing fine? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll give you guys a lift home. Let's get out of here before he starts attracting attention.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't drive home. Not like this.
I'm gonna go and paint now. I'm going over here. I'm gonna paint.
I questioned Philippe about shades on the way.
Okay, Sage, your phone buzzes.
Shit. Okay, right. Who is
cops.
Who is it? Oh God, it's the cops.
Your album's just made another $700,000. Like, that's the daily report. It's 100,000 more than yesterday.
I think to myself, that's at least another 6 books. Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Sage can count. Quite high, apparently.
What is a shade?
High.
Yeah.
What is a shade, Barry?
A shade is the darker side of yourself.
And what's so bad about mine?
Oh. Funny enough, it is not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay, so it's just out of game. There's a good point to pause and have a little chat about shades. So yes, everyone does have a shade, but you're going to have to make up what your shade looks like.
I think mine will have changed a little.
No. So there are a couple of common elements among shades. Most people's shades lumber around behind them like a kind of monster, and it's almost like a reverse puppet. Like it's when you move, it moves, and it moves, you move, and you can't tell who's causing it to move and who's moving because of the other. They sort of move together, like one behind the other. So like somebody big standing over the top of somebody small. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So they're sort of attached by these tenuous astral threads, like puppets. So how you visualize that for your character? I mean, they're going to have natural astral weapons. So they might have blades or claws or something like that on the shade. or any kind of, it's basically your
slimy tentacle things.
Yeah, sure.
You want to be a hentai monster, do you?
Sure.
No, not particularly, but something like sewer based.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to invent a monster
elder
like
god thing.
Yeah,
be an excremental.
He's dying excrementally. Oh, that's terrible. So yeah, so if you want to think about what your shades look like, because you're going to be stuck with them somewhat after you establish them.
Yeah, I am. When Philippe drew Sage's one, she like had blood boiling and like the claws. But I kind of like the idea of going more down the storm route. But like,
yeah,
I don't know. Can I have it all?
You can. Yeah, I don't see why not. It's really very much just narrative elements that you can pull out narratively in astral streams.
And she looked like a banshee.
Yeah.
Looked like a banshee because the whole singing thing.
Sure. Yeah.
With claws, like witch-like claws.
Does she have wings? Does a banshee have wings?
I would.
That's
I don't think they need them.
That's a harpy.
Yeah, I think banshees just float around because they're like specters or something.
Right. Right. It's like a specter banshee thing. Okay.
I think it would make sense for her not to have wings, but to float because, like thaumaturgy, that is what you could do eventually.
Right. Opera dress or something like that, or.
Oh, I'm not sure.
What's she wearing?
It'll be a fancy dress, just ripped to shreds, just. Real like haggard, like don't want her to look scary.
It might be from her time, maybe not opera, maybe something from her time, more punk like.
That'd be cool.
What about,
let's see,
what about like needles and track marks in her skin and shit like that? And the track marks are where the boiling blood is happening or something along those lines. I don't know, just giving you some ideas for thoughts. So you can, I don't really care what your shade is so much as that you will come up with something and make it consistent, and then it will stay that way, and then we will develop powers around it.
I want like electrical eyes, but probably not. Actually no, it would be in like a darker blue, be like dark blue electricity.
Right. Does she have like a an electric guitar or something as a weapon?
I mean, that is pretty sick. Sage does know how to play the guitar. The guitar she has is actually an acoustic though. Right. That'd be pretty cool. I want to draw this. Yeah, a real rock related one.
Right.
Real.
Okay.
Yeah, like rock / like kind of fancy, I suppose. Okay. But also quite haggardy looking. She's gonna look like a banshee. That's just
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Philippe, you're going to become aware that you can burn off the blood that's in your system, and that will immediately get rid of the drug effects. You can do that anytime. You're not stuck with this.
What about you?
Can't hear you.
About you, Garthy boy?
I just posted something into Discord.
He's interested in what he's saying. He's fixed into
all-seeing tentacle slime monster.
Oh my god, I love that.
Okay, let's see. Discord all-seeing tentacle slime monster.
That's like
RKDM one.
It's very cool. Cthulhu. Very Cthulhu.
Questbook.
Oh, yep, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You could share it up for Barry to see if you feel like it.
All right, one moment.
That's cool.
Can Philippe see his own?
Philippe has seen his own. Yeah, he has. And oddly enough, it's not too unlike yours, Garth. His is more like the alien version of that, like the H.R. Geiger kind of version of this thing that you've created.
Wow.
I didn't create that. I just stole it off the internet.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Construct that you've created. Yep. You've created.
It's done by this guy down here that I cannot read, but it's very cool.
Yeah. Cool bananas.
Pictures now.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's Philippe, you're still absorbing all of the stuff, all this information, right? Okay. Can't hear you.
So cool.
Yep.
I would love to hear what like the doctor has to say. or kit.
Right. To get their
what their one is.
Their shades.
It's been a whole group bonding moment.
Yeah.
Our shades could get together and hang out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, okay. So out of game at some point, maybe not at this exact moment, but because we're a few people short on players, we can skip around time a little bit. We could cut to Uther's house, where Uther has summoned you all there because perhaps you've had a conversation about what happened tonight here. And Uther is going to produce 3 little vials of blue ichor. And he tells you this is for training. This is training for the astral.
Am I allowed to have help prepare it, or is it so bad we're not allowed to?
You could help prepare it. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, any training moments.
Teachable moments.
Yeah.
Teachable moment.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll squish the eyeballs or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. They have to be blue, so that's weird. So you end up with your blue ichor and you bring it out and you feed it to one another. Now, really,
we feed it to one another. We don't drink it ourselves.
You can drink it yourself.
I drink it myself.
You can drink it yourself.
I feed Alexi now. My baby bird Alexi.
In the past, when I've run games that have featured blue ichor, I have played a soundtrack that goes with this, which I don't know if it's going to be available online, but basically what you're looking for is some kind of soundtrack that consists of music made purely with the sounds of human bones. And it's kind of jingly and jangly and human bone music. Let's see if we can find any, because I had this album that
they've been as long around, well, just as long as humans have. So
right. So I had this album that was just human bones. It was on an audio tape, and it was fucking great for this stuff. Maybe it's not. Maybe try looking for just bones rather than human bones. It might be a bit too hard to find.
Ooh. I mean, okay, this picture looks pretty cool.
What did you find?
We just posted somewhere. Oh God, what have I done? Oh, let's see if this posts.
Where did you post it?
It's like a...
I see. Yep, perfect. Yeah, cool. Okay, so she's standing behind you all the time. Like you just don't even know that she's there. This this creepy fucking creature.
Like the long arms, skinny arms with the long fingers.
Yeah, that's great. And the floating crown is awesome as well. I love that.
I could paint them for you if you wish, so you could see what they're like.
Right. So I mean, maybe
that would be handy.
Right. Okay. So
I do remember Uther being like, probably shouldn't show them or something like that. Or are we going to have to face these eventually?
Yes. I think Uther is going to make that known to you, and that's what the blue ichor is about. And this little experimental evening with the blue ichor is all about that.
Getting on it with the homies.
Getting on it with the homies.
Uther, are you going to join us?
He says, I'm going to administrate.
Okay, right.
And Benjamin is also going to administrate, so there's that.
Is Alan here?
Is Alan
I support
here?
Alan's
here, but he's not participating in this. He may be there to support you, but he's not going to get involved in taking drugs. Not these drugs, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
So finally, you settle down, and you get ready, and you're sitting on the sofas. I think would probably be the safest place. And the blue ichor is handed out, and at first you sort of taste it, and it's slimy and kind of there's a strange texture and flavor. And as it goes down your throat, you have a series of images hit you, which seem to be like key moments in your life. As it hits your stomach, your vampire body begins to process this blue ichor. Oddly, it does process it. Processes it as if it was blood, and it begins to seep into your system, and you begin to feel your consciousness slowly begin to change. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for it to kick in. So over that time, feel free to talk.
Maybe we should sort of say what we see.
Right. Well,
like on our journey.
Yeah.
From your past.
All right.
Like, yeah, what would you see, Alexi?
Well, there's going to be a couple of common denominators about what you see. So there's that. First of all, you're going to start seeing each other's shades in real life. So there's that element. You also notice that everything is a little bit darker and a little bit more textured and a little bit more ruined. And you begin to realize that everything that you look at, you're looking at it through time. So if you're holding a glass, you're holding it and it's literally cracking as you're holding it and falling to pieces, and then it's there again. Like you're seeing it in all of its time states at the same time. And the more you look at something, the more you concentrate on it, the faster it begins to move through time until it gets back to its present condition.
Okay, that's crazy. Right. That's trippy. I want more of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is lovely.
Right.
Where was this when I was not a vampire?
Well, then you see these guys' shades. Oddly enough, at this point, Uther makes himself unavailable.
Is Alan gone too?
Yep.
Okay. And Benjamin?
They're waiting outside the door. If you want them, they'll be available if you call out to them.
Okay.
So what's my shade up to?
So what is your shade up to? It's currently just sort of sitting, curling, doing its thing. You can see your own shade at this point, now that you've got the blue ichor on you. And you realize these things are sort of standing behind you, looming over you, puppeteering you. You can see the strands attached to you. And you're like, oh, what the fuck is this? And it causes sort of a cognitive dissonance about who's in control of who. You know, who am I and what is this, and who's in control of who? So, yeah.
Can we feel them?
Can you feel them?
Yeah. If I go out to reach my...
It's like putting your hand on yourself.
This is so weird. Hello?
To anybody else, it's a very peculiar thing to look at. You know, people literally talking to themselves, and you saw Philippe. Oh no, that was actually a different situation. So I won't go into that. Yep.
Oh, I'm just gonna sort of like explore this other being.
All right.
If it allows me to.
It's you, so
yeah. It's hard to get to know that.
You can I suggest looking at your virtues as stats to make decisions about how to interact with it.
Good question.
Intelligently.
Virtues. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna ask
courageously.
Right.
How I look at it and I say, how can we be one?
It doesn't answer that. It doesn't communicate per se. You're the one doing the communicating.
Okay, I hug it.
Oh,
hug it. Okay.
That's really kind.
it wraps itself up around you. Yeah.
I want the feeling too. I'm gonna hug mine.
I'm just gonna give mine a high five. You guys are lame.
This is awesome.
I concentrate on becoming one with it.
Okay.
With myself, becoming one with myself.
Becoming one with your ugliness and your darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Becoming one with my darkness.
All right.
Lexi, yours is really tentacly.
It is.
I feel like eventually a lot of Japanese schoolgirls are going to get wrapped up in your tentacles.
I think it would be like...
hopefully not me around. That's kind of like... I imagine something R. Kelly would get into.
That's very bad. Okay.
Do you like mine?
Yes. The Shade Queen.
I think she's a banshee of some sort.
You can make wits. I think wits and empathy would be a good check to use to relate to these creatures too.
Okay,
creatures, they're not creatures. Out of game, if you were to examine the ancient hermetic ways of looking at things, you would find that they believed in 5 parts of the soul. And this part of the soul, this is one of the 5 parts. This is the animal part of the soul. It's the id. If you look at Carl Jung's work, it's like it's all animal and no conscience, no consciousness. It has perception, but that perception goes to you. So you're doing the perceiving, but it's like the animal that does all the instincts.
Is it like our beast?
Yeah. It will fight for you. It will block things for you. It will leap out in front of you to get in the way of things that try to attack you. That kind of stuff. But it's all animal. It will flee for you too if you know. It does whatever you want to do before you know you want to do it. So it's in that way. Have you seen the movie? No doubt you have. Venom.
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day.
Not the second one though.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, if that was in the astral, which it's not, then Venom would be his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, sort of like that. He could use it like that. You can't use your fucking shade in the material plane. Like it does absolutely nothing in the real world. Right. Practically nothing. There are other things that you might be able to achieve through the astral that might be useful in the real world, like spying on people and shit like that, or other types of magic. But the shade itself is of no consequence to the real world. It's really only your astral form, and only in this particular specific astral plane as well.
Wow.
So there you go. Okay.
Can it? I mean, we can talk, but can it? Like,
No,
does it have the ability?
It doesn't have a mind like that. It doesn't have language. It's all emotions. It's all feeling. It's all just perception going through it, like a camera has perception, but it doesn't register anything. Like you're the hard drive, the camera's the camera. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
This is so weird.
However, whenever you move, it kind of turns around. It's like a dog chasing its tail. You know, hugging it's quite hard, to be honest, because you're trying to turn around and it's turning around with you. But some of your things have tails, so they can, you can wrap yourselves up. Once you learn that ability to move with it and get it to do things, you begin to realize that your shades can interact too.
Okay.
Like they can touch each other. They can stretch out a hand or a wing or whatever. And
do we have to think it to happen, or do we have to do it ourselves? Does it mimic us?
If you do it yourselves, it will mimic you. But if you concentrate on it and you just visualize it powerfully enough, it will do it by itself.
Okay.
Without your hand in real life doing it.
Okay, I'm going to try and get the my banshee spirit to like put its hand up to Alexi's tentacle monster to ask for a high five.
Okay, so you can make a straight out intelligence and empathy check.
Okay.
Once I realize that she's not
3.
being a terrible schoolgirl, I give her a high five.
Yep. It seems to work.
1 success.
1 success. Okay. Yeah.
What about? Okay, yeah. We'll try with Philippe too.
All right.
My creature.
Oh, whoops! Sorry. 1 second.
Its hand up to his Ichor Geiger monster.
Philippe gets 0 successes.
0 successes. Huh. Okay.
We're slowly trying to figure it out.
Yep. So you're working on it. All right. Do you have any more questions about this session per se?
Okay.
Can I set mine to guard mode?
Sure you can.
Cool. I do so then.
All right. That's kind of its natural state.
What does it do when it's? I'm going to ask Philippe. Philippe, what does it do when it's on psychedelics or something? When we're not in control of ourselves, what does it do?
It goes back to doing what it always does.
Just guarding or what?
Just being a part of us.
Kind of don't want it to go. I like mine.
you can't in this.
It's really
world,
cool.
In this world, it can't do much at all.
Oh.
But in the astral world, it can do much. You can become one with it, I think. I think. When you're in the astral world.
Is that an intention for us to go there at some point? Well, I've heard that some people with auspex can do that sort of stuff, but
Tori
average Joe.
I hear that Tori rules can do it. Astral travel. That's what I hear. And I intend to learn it.
Before I forget, could you tell me what QED's clan is? Before I forget. This is something I've been thinking about for a while.
Who
Philippe,
are you asking? You're asking Philippe.
Yes.
What?
Well, she's asking QED's clan.
Yeah.
QED's clan?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask her?
Because she's not here.
He's already said no anyway.
That was before we were in the Order of Mars. Is she I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a clanmate or something. We thought she'd be Gangrel, right?
I hate to advocate for privacy being an Nosferatu, but some people do.
We'll just ignore him.
I like to hear the fact that you're advocating privacy for a Nosferatu. I think I'll keep that in my memory.
Right.
You should ask her.
Okay, I'm good. Oh wait, no. I was gonna be I try and get my shade to send a text, but no, I can't do that, obviously.
No.
I'm gonna send a text to QED.
Okay, you send her a text. What does it say?
Please tell me what your clan is.
Please show clan. Question mark, question mark. No.
Please. Dying of lack of knowing shit, I suppose. Please tell me.
Send pics of clan.
Right, clan pics or it didn't happen. She responds after a long moment with one symbol that she must have selected from some menu somewhere deep in the phone.
Right.
And it's the Mars symbol.
Oh.
She's a Martian.
Yep.
So is she part of the bloodline, their bloodline?
Sounds like it.
Right. And he sort of made his own clan.
Right.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna hang out with my shade now. Bye. Right.
Okay then. So you say that too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right then.
Just gonna keep admiring her.
Okay. Well, so do you have anything else you want to test out with your shades?
Right. Philippe is gonna.
How do they work with disciplines?
Focus on his shade.
Right.
Get his shade to put his arms out.
So you do the same thing as your shade? You like...
Yep.
Right. Oh, that's right. I remember now how this works. Okay. Yep.
Everything blows up and you take aggravated damage.
Then
10,000 points of aggravated damage.
I basically concentrate on the shade.
Mm-hmm.
Concentrate on the shade. And I imagine in my head me and the shade, as well as I think I speed up my blood. Try to speed up my blood.
Wow.
See if that'll make any difference.
Okay. So you want to spend the blood to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to spend the blood. I'll spend 2 blood. I'll spend 2 blood.
All right. So
and while I'm concentrating, literally step back into him and try to become one with him.
Right. Can you roll a... Gonna make it intelligence and empathy again, I think.
Well, I don't know. That's
one success.
Strange roll. Would you like to spend a willpower point?
Yes, please. I would. I was going to ask you to roll it on a normal dice.
Okay.
Because I don't trust these bloody things.
Cool. No, ignore that roll then, and Russell can roll it.
Oh, you want me to roll it? How many dice was it?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7?
6, 7.
What's this one?
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Russell's rolling everyone's dice now.
two 9s and an 8, Barry. Okay, so Philippe, you step back, and the others witness Philippe's body collapse to the floor, and he literally just collapses onto the couch or the floor or wherever he is. But you see that his shade kind of still is standing upright, and he's kind of looking at himself.
I get my shade to give him the high five again.
Okay.
Can I get my shade to put Philippe into the recovery position?
Your shade can't do that.
Okay.
But
you can.
I'll do that then.
My shade will go and put me in the recovery position.
It can't do it either. It can't touch you.
Okay.
How do we do that?
But Barry, what you can do is you can move away from your body now that you're in your shade.
I'm moving away. Okay.
Is that discipline?
Move away from my body.
You feel like you can rise.
Okay, I rise.
You find yourself passing through the walls of the building.
I'm gonna try that, doing what he did, but I'm like unsure about it because this is what Toridor's gonna do, as he said.
So it's intelligence and empathy.
Right. 2.
Okay. Yeah, you feel this very strange sensation as you back into the shade. Consciousness has changed from there to there, and now you're looking out from the shade's perspective, but your body drops to the floor.
I scratch my head from like this distance because my fingers are so long.
Right. All right.
Can we talk like this?
You can communicate telepathically in the astral within about 100 feet of each other.
Right. I just sort of like beckon Alexei to come
Sage
into the hentai monster.
I'll give it a go as well then.
Sage, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Make a roll, please.
Oh, this feels really weird.
Intelligence and empathy.
I'm gonna spin around in my like ethereal dress.
3 successes.
Right, no problem. Woof. You found yourself in your shade too. I think in the shade you find yourself also experiencing a different form of consciousness. Like it's going to warp the way you think.
I say to Philippe, how long can we do this for before we lose ourselves?
Right. Well,
you think I know what I'm doing?
what you do notice is that there is an astral thread, a very tiny silver thread, like one single hair, that reaches from the back of your body all the way back to your physical self. A single astral thread. And Philippe, what you know is that you need to, before the blue ichor runs out, and people tend to need to get back to their bodies, otherwise they could get lost in the astral.
Does he say this?
Before the ichor runs out. The ichor is going to last about 2 or 3 hours.
The ichor will last 2 or 3 hours. We need to get back into our bodies so we don't end up stranded in the astral.
I'm gonna
get back in my body.
I'm gonna try and find like Alan.
Yeah, you find Alan outside. He's sitting there reading a magazine, looking at sports cars and chicks and bikinis.
I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can like try and tickle his like. Okay. I know. I'm a ghost.
Remarkably, it doesn't work.
What?
I know.
Oh,
isn't that weird?
Philippe puts his head out the door, literally.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And goes. Be careful around here, though, eh? Because he's got magic stuff, I think, isn't he?
Oh, there'll be rooms that we probably shouldn't go near.
Okay, which ones?
His study, most likely, in his room, probably.
Oh, that makes good sense. All right. I don't want to go too far because
I want to see can we see Igigi in this world?
You would be able to see Igigi if you were to find him.
I'm gonna look for Igigi. So I assume I can see him.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I just hover around, floating.
After a while, you figure out what a Igigi looks like, and a Igigi looks like a tall pillar of black smoke and ink, like inky black smoke, just in a pillar, with like one blazing eye.
I just wave.
The flame of it kind of wavers. The flame inside the air of this air elemental.
So this is an air elemental. It's not his shade.
No.
Can I reach out to touch him?
Igigi?
Yeah.
Yes. And as you do, I think you see your hand kind of stream apart, like it starts to just, the astral streams away from it, and you're seeing particles and what have you of your hand stream off into the plane, and it kind of goes cold.
Can we telepathically speak to each other?
No, not with Igigi.
No.
Igigi doesn't speak human.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very alien mind.
He seems real cute though.
Yeah. Cute. Okay.
Cute.
All right. I see there's a lesson here.
I'm just happy, like knowing he's on our side.
Right. that is good. That is good. You could introduce a Igigi to the other two if you wanted to.
Oh.
You know, if they don't know who a Igigi is, they could do now.
This is Igigi. He's an air elemental.
Right.
And what does that mean?
He is made of air. He's a creature that I don't know a lot about.
Gath, can you make a perception alertness check? It's a retrospective one as well.
3. So you wanted 2?
Just one.
Just the one.
Just the one.
3 successes.
3 successes. You recall, was it the night, or it was a few nights back or a few weeks back now, actually, because it was a different game.
Yeah.
Where Uther landed on the roof, and you were on the roof, and he landed behind you, and you heard his cloak crack like it broke the sound barrier.
Yep.
That was a Giggy. That was a Giggy being his personal flying machine.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, we have 12 minutes. So I don't know what we want to get up to in 12 minutes.
Gonna try and find. Okay, we can leave the house. So I'm going to go and see if I can find Thaddeus.
Right. When you leave the house, you can literally see the spaces around the house that have been warded.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
You can see the wards themselves floating through the walls, and piercing out through the roof in places. You see Thaddeus. You see Thaddeus is out on the plains, and he's walking along in wolf form, right? Along this ridge in the distance, and at that point, you think you see lightning behind him, but then the lightning just keeps striking, and then you realize that this lightning is walking along next to him, like electricity,
like Igigi.
Well, kind of like an elemental.
I want this elemental. I want this elemental so bad. No. I want to try and like get the elemental.
It's huge.
Oh. Okay, I want to like try and get the elementals
attention.
Yeah, I want to try.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. Well, I just watched one of your videos and it just said that if the DM says, "Are you sure?"
You don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to just be like,
I think that's standard across everywhere.
It's pretty standard.
We'll go back.
I don't know. You said you wanted to do it.
I did. But then the DM said, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure?
And then
well, I'll tell you what. You're looking at it and you think, "I'm going to get its attention," and you start waving your arms around, and then you see the top half of it kind of swivel, and you see these two massive orbs of light as if they're eyes staring at you, and you just change your mind.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm okay.
It's too big. If that thing was to zap you with its squillions volts of whatever the fuck, you would be ash. You know, you would catch on fire and explode as a vampire.
I'm gonna drift back to my body.
Right, that's true. And to be fair, I mean, you're in your astral form, so maybe none of that would happen. But if the lightning was to strike your actual body, your vampire body, you'd be fucking dead.
Yeah.
So a little bit of Rostrek in there as well, maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
Barry, what are you doing?
I will go back to the ground now. I know it's safe.
Okay, go back to the ground. And from where do you go then?
I go to the kitchen. I know there's a kitchen in here somewhere.
There is a kitchen. There is a kitchen. Sage, outside, you see this strange-looking astral being sitting in this tree. It's kind of brown and tawny, and it goes, "Ooh."
Who?
Ooh.
Who are you?
I'm thinking slowly
Christmas.
Kind of pulls itself back into the shadows and disappears. Ooh. All right, Barry, you said you're going back into the building?
Yeah.
All right, where do you go? Kitchen.
Kitchen. Go to the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Get to the kitchen. In the kitchen, Benjamin is presently has a fork in one hand and a jar in the other, and he is reaching into the jar and skewering a pickle. He's taking it out. He sniffs the end of it. Oh, excellent. Puts it down.
Fine.
In fact, he nibbles a piece off the end of his. Oh, that's so good. This is going to be a good sandwich. He takes out the knife and starts cutting the pickle. Okay, so that's what's going on in the kitchen. Oh, Alan is over the other side of the kitchen. He's reading his magazine. And there's a Glock sitting on the table just because Alan thinks he's a fucking gangster now.
That's my goal.
Right.
Can I see their shades?
They're humans. They don't have shades.
They don't have shades. Well, that was something new to find out because
their shades are underdeveloped and
okay.
Very
What do they have instead of?
I don't think that the Ichor will grant you access to the afterlife of humans. It only gives you access to undead. It's a very specific part of the astral plane that allows you to see.
Okay. Well, that's another thing I've learned today.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. More questions?
If I follow the who,
right. Yep.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say? Are you sure?
It leads you to a tree.
What's
at the base?
What's
of the tree.
At the tree? The base of the tree.
Yeah. You notice it's very, very dark at the base of this tree. You're in your shade form, right? Of course you are.
I float around the tree.
Could you make a perception check?
Okay. Just the one. Just
the one? Well, it's enough to notice that the tree seems to have all these knots in it, like big fucking knots. And the more you look at the knots, the more they kind of turn around and become vortexes. And you find yourself putting your head into one of these vortexes and looking out and realizing that you're looking out from another tree somewhere else.
Where else? Still on the property? Are the trees the same?
Yep, out the back of the property on another side of the land.
Can I go through?
You try, you go through, yeah.
Oh God, okay, yeah.
Whoop, you come out the other side, you're in another part of the area. But you do know that these trees are connected by roots.
Oh, we can walk by trees? How very D&D.
Right. That's true, yes, very druid.
Do I find more of the who dude?
Ooh, yeah, well that's right. He's still sitting there, and every time he says "who," you get the impression that he's saying "I am."
Okay. I am.
Yep.
I am. Okay.
I say he. It's not a he. It's just a spirit.
Yes.
It's a very simple nature spirit.
Okay, I want to I guess I want to remember every feature of it, so when I return I can sort of keep that memory. Well, I don't have eidetic memory.
It's kind of like a child's painting, with very simple colors and not a lot of shading, maybe two colors of brown blended together and blurred in a shape that's vaguely reminiscent of an owl.
Oh, are these like the spirits of people who have died?
These are nature spirits.
Nature spirits. Okay. Well, I can see why Uther doesn't want this place to be disturbed.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna search the house and look for more spirits.
Okay.
Because there will be more. Just keeping mindful of the wards, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so without going into or beyond any of the wards, you find that there is a room that's been kept for a long time that hasn't really been touched much. Nobody's needed to use it, so they've left it untouched. And there's a table in there with a vanity, like a woman's vanity, and there's like a couple of little statues with parasols and things, and people drinking tea and things. And amongst them is this very shiny, bright light. It's just sort of glowing there and glimmering and buzzing around. And as you look at it, it shines this bright web of light out and sort of comes up to eye level, and it forms like an eye looking at you inside of it, even though the light is shining out from it.
Oh.
And it sparkles and folds up and shines in a horizontal flick and disappears.
It's really lovely. I'll return back to my body now.
All right. Well,
just to be safe.
And the Ichor is beginning to wear off. You can feel it starting to wear off. Anything you want to do, Garth, before it wears off?
I'll be watching what these two are up to, but staying relatively close to my body.
Okay. All right. Well, eventually you return to your bodies and lay down on them, in them.
I assume that's how we do it. Just hop back into our bodies.
Just hop back in.
Like a onesie or something?
Right. Just put it back on again.
Yeah.
Seems pretty natural. And you return to your bodies. And your mouths come back online.
Beep. I'm gonna run.
That was interesting.
I'm gonna run out the door and then go see you.
Right.
And then it'd just be like, blah, questions.
All right, what are your questions?
Okay, I saw a Gigi.
I see.
I saw Thaddeus with his one. What's the name of Thaddeus's spirit creature thing with the lightning?
That would be for him to say, not for I.
Okay, but you've told me before that he might not speak our language.
Well, then perhaps you will realize that I wouldn't know its name then.
Okay, you got me. Right, there was a nature spirit thing in the.
There are many.
Look like an owl.
Spirits. Ah, yes.
Who? Yes, who? I loved him or her. I don't know. Super cute. Then there's like a spirit, like an eyeball spirit, in one of the abandoned rooms.
I see. Yes, perhaps a will-o'-the-wisp of some sort.
Like Uther, how do I get a spirit?
How do you get a spirit? Spirits are not things you can have.
No, I want to cherish them and look after them. And offer them, like, I guess if they want to do something, I want to be able to help them with that. And
Sage, before this can happen, he puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, I suggest you cultivate your own spirit first.
Like the creature we saw? The creature I embodied?
No, Sage, I mean your spirit, your resilience, your discipline, your work. Do the work, Sage, the great work.
Okay, I can do that.
Have your tasks assigned to you.
All right. I'm so excited. I'm going to give him a hug whether he likes it or not. And he won't like it, but I'm just so excited.
All right. And you get electrocuted. No, I'm kidding. All right. Does anyone have anything else they would like to do before we wrap up this evening?
Yeah. Are you as excited?
Yeah.
Alexi's like, what is all this weird shit? This is not in the canon. What the fuck?
I'm excited.
So I'm all good for it.
Out of game.
At the same time, what is going on?
Right. Well, out of game, this is me testing the waters with some underworld shit to see whether or not this stuff gets your attention or not. If it doesn't, I'll just...
No, it does. I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Put it away and put it back over there, and you never have to see it again. Otherwise, I'll keep developing it and pulling...
This is always exciting. Like, Igigi excited me. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get my own Igigi.
Igigi's pretty cool. It's true. Yeah, so if you want to, I'll keep going with the stuff, and if it's you find it weird and too far off,
no,
we're not playing vampire anymore.
No. So the shades are different to the spirits. Is that right?
Yeah.
Our shades are different to wraiths as well, right?
Yeah.
Is it wraith?
Shades
white.
and wraiths.
Sorry,
Whites, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're sort of getting into a much more nebulous kind of territory of shit Russell made up and stole from other places.
I love that we can be creative.
Right.
And exactly. Alexi's a hentai monster.
Right. That is also quite awesome.
You should have had like a little girl in you as well. Just
it's It'll be or a teddy bear. Just all you need
just
is
a teddy bear.
Or a pair of knickers.
A pair of knickers.
Right.
I never knew you were into that, Alexi.
Right.
But there you go.
I'm not. My monster is.
My monster. Yeah, it's everything you're not. Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10:03 p.m. I shall depart, and thank you all for your time and energy. We shall reconvene soon.
Yep, tomorrow.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Lexi, you should come back to Chicago. There's so much space for you now.
Maybe.
If you want. Anyway, have a good night. Thank you all.
Bye.
Stay safe, all. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.